conditioners to custom systems to drinking water appliances. East Kentucky Water has the best quality equipment and trained personnel to get the job done right. Sales, rentals, or rent-to-own on water conditioners. In-house financing. Our free in-home water analysis is just a toll-free telephone call away at 1-800-521-PUMP. That's 1-800-521-7867 for East Kentucky Water of Pikeville.
For a great evening out, the Log Cabin Restaurant and Lounge and Eastern Kentucky Sports are a winning combination. Before the big game, enjoy mouth-watering steak, succulent seafood, piping hot baked potato, fresh salad, and homemade bread. Or you can stop by after the game to celebrate a rousing victory and listen to a fantastic mix of oldies but goodies and up-to-the-minute hits by a live DJ. The Log Cabin Restaurant and Lounge, Town Mountain Road, Pikeville, Kentucky, or phone 437-9918 in advance for reservations.
Some people say I'm a bit old-fashioned, but hey, I'm a classic cruiser. I get yesterday's service today. Remember when you pulled up to the pumps and you got a lot more than gas? Like a friendly welcome and a free windshield wash when you found out whether your oil was at a safe level. Cruise up to a Rogers full service station and get yesterday's service today with the full service treatment. Autobahn downtown, Crossroads Plaza, Blue and Gray at South Mayo Train.
It happens to be a well-known fact that One Stop Market and Wholesale Tobacco is a hub of Pike County. One Stop Market gives people the convenience, selection, and all the other good stuff they need. They have Western Union. You can pay your South Central telephone bills there. Drive-through window for groceries. One Stop Market has a photocopy center. If you have any pictures, special pictures that you treasure, One Stop Market Copy Center can reproduce them in color. One Stop Market, conveniently located off the 4-lane on US 23 North, or phone 432-5959.
Heating costs less with an electric heat pump. When you install your electric heat pump, you'll be using less energy for heating, and your heating bill will be cut in half. You have a much more clean and even heat, but the temperature is constant and much more draft-free. If you would like to heat your home for less, call us today at the Kentucky Power Company. Call 437-3777. Sound City is the music store of the future with the largest and the very best selection of music anywhere in Eastern Kentucky. Sound City has thousands of CDs, compact discs, and cassettes to choose from. Rock, country, blues, gospel, bluegrass, and classical music. Check out your favorite pop new releases first. Get the music at the Sound City. Listen to the music before you buy the listing news. The Sound City Decor is a sight and sound that you'll never forget. Hot music and hot fashions. Sound City has boom boxes and all your musical accessories. And now movie rentals. Get the very latest movies at the Sound City. Sound City is located in downtown Pikeville. Stop by or call 432-5174.
Time goes by so fast. For the past 65 years, Methodist Hospital of Kentucky has been committed to excellence in health care. Time brings change, and we're moving ahead, providing the latest in diagnostic specialties, psychiatric services, and surgical techniques. Getting patients back to their normal lives is the reason we offer physical and occupation therapy and cardiopulmonary rehabilitation. At Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, we work side by side to deliver quality health care to our region. Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, high-tech, high-touch, quality care.
Come into Jerry's Restaurant in Pikeville tonight and give your mouth a taste treat like it's never had before. Jerry's Restaurant is located at the South Mayo Trail, Pikeville. Jerry's offering daily specials with different desserts to choose from. Breakfast is served anytime, so stop by Jerry's Restaurant from 6 in the morning till midnight, Monday through Sundays. Jerry's Restaurant is located at the South Mayo Trail, Pikeville. That's Jerry's. Stop by after the ball game.
Come out of the Stone Age. Busy Bee Septic Tank Service introduces the new Infiltrator, a high-performance, state-of-the-art system. This system does not require any stone or gravel. Research has demonstrated that the Infiltrator chamber provides an optimum infiltrative service for leaching systems. The Infiltrator system has 2/3 more effective surface area per linear foot. Infiltrator chambers are health department approved, and in most installations, a 45% reduction in footage is allowed. A complete system can be delivered in a pickup truck. One man with a backhoe and hand tools can install a system with reduced labor and machine cost. The Infiltrator system is a structurally strong and efficient system, superior to conventional pipe and gravel systems. The
Hey, Mom, it's the van talking. Back this baby up and pull it to the full-service island. Let the Chevron service team give you the full-service treatment. Cruise to the full-service pumps where they pump your gas, wash your windshields, and check under the hood. They even check your tire pressure. The service team knows just what your vehicle needs. With little ones, you can't afford to have a breakdown on down the road.
Hey, get the full service treatment at these locations.
At Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, we hold a special place in our heart for children. That's why we've made a commitment to provide our region's Level 2 neonatal intensive care unit, paying special attention to tiny lives who need extra care. In addition, our pediatric urgent care center provides emergency care for children during those unpredictable evening hours and weekends. Methodist can even make a stay more fun with a visit to Kids Corner, our pediatric playroom. When it comes to children, Methodist Hospital of Kentucky is leading the way with high-tech, high-touch, and quality caring.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting weekend of high school football here on WPRG TV5. I'm Kevin Myers, and our contest tonight, if the field doesn't look too familiar to you, that's a good reason, because we're in Harrodsburg tonight. The Pikeville Panthers playing Harrodsburg in the finals of the Class A championship here in football, and we are in Harrodsburg tonight. And the Pikeville Panthers come into tonight's contest with a 13-0 record, and so does Harrodsburg. They also have a 13-0 record. We're going to talk more about the game in just a few moments. But right now, let's go down to Adam Gearhart on the field with a little pregame interview.
And welcome, WPRG sports fans. This is Adam Gearhart along with Donnie Daniels here at Harrodsburg, Kentucky, where we have the 13-0 Harrodsburg Pioneers facing the 13-0 Pikeville Panthers. And for field conditions tonight, we have it's just great football weather, and we're going to see a great game. I can pretty well expect for everyone to see a great football game here tonight. And Pikeville, as you know, they're 13-0. They've had a few state championships, and some of the guys on these teams played on some before. Would you think that would kind of give them the edge in this game?
Well, I think Pikeville has definitely got the experience when it comes to playoff experience. Last 3 years, they've been into the state finals 2 years, and then Everett's upsetting them last year at Pikeville High School. And definitely the experience factor comes into play when you're this far along with it goes to the Pikeville Panthers compared to Harrodsburg's high school.
Yeah, of course, Harrodsburg is 13-0 too, but I've done some research up on it, and I don't really know of how far or how good Harrodsburg's done the last few years. But once again, Pikeville's kind of got a lot of experience, and I believe they got a few experienced players, and I think I'd kind of have to give them the edge in this game tonight. But I believe we're going to see a good game, and once again, Harrodsburg 13-0, right? And when you got two undefeated teams, it really don't matter when you get this far in the tournament. When you get this far in the tournament, you got your teams. They're coming out, they're ready to play, and it's just something. They got that extra adrenaline or something.
Well, Harrodsburg's got the speed. There's no question about that. They have the speed which has got them here so far. And, like you said, you're this far in the tournament. There's a lot of things go into getting you this far. You're just not a lucky team and able to get to the final four teams in this Class A playoffs. Both teams are looking forward to going to Louisville. I'm sure both of them's going to leave it out in between the lines tonight. Harrodsburg runs the wing tee on the offense, and Pikeville's had trouble with Kaywood in the wing tee, but then again they turn around and stop Hazard with the wing tee offense. Defensively, they play a 4-4, and plus they switch it up. Talking to one of the coaches earlier tonight, he said that possibly Harrodsburg would bring 9 people up on the line of scrimmage, which try to stop the powerful Pikeville running attack with J.J. Bailey leading the way.
Yeah, of course, you say that Harrodsburg's got a lot of speed and stuff, but how do you think Harrodsburg defense is going to match up against the awesome power of Pikeville's passing game? You know, you got the Pikeville quarterback, what's his name?
J.P. Blair.
J.P. Blair, and then you got the Garvin receiver. That's one of the most talented quarterback receiver teams I've seen this year.
Well, J.P. Blair and Murray Garvin both are outstanding athletes, and of course J.P. Blair will be back next year with him being junior. Garvin coming, he's a senior, having an outstanding senior season receiving the ball. I think Harrodsburg's got to contain the Pikeville rushing attack. They have to come in from the ends and bunch of people up in the middle, similar to what Cumberland did against Pikeville. You know, Garvin's got to get open. Blair's got to hit him in order for them people to back off and let Pikeville's running game be effective against them tonight.
Well, I believe we're going to see some great football action, and kickoff's just coming up here in a few minutes. And for WPRG Sports, this is Adam Gerhardt and Donnie Daniels. We'll be back in a few minutes for the kickoff.
And thank you very much. That's Adam Gerhardt, of course, and Donnie Daniels. And they're going to be joining us up here in the booth in just a few moments. We were talking about, Adam and Donnie were talking a few moments ago about this Harrodsburg team. There was an article in the Lexington Herald Leader, and Harrodsburg Pioneer coach Alvis Johnson says what concerns him the most is the Panthers' powerful backfield featuring 1,600-yard rusher J.J. Bailey and 1,000-yard passer J.P. Blair. And also, some certain person on this Pikeville Panther team that really concerns the Pioneers coach is the fellow who provides protection for those two big offensive fellas is 6'3", 300-pound D. Anthony Honaker. We've heard a lot from him from this Pikeville Panther team all year long, and we're going to hear a lot from him tonight. So we're going to come back with some more pregame stuff in just a few moments, and the kickoff here in the finals of the Class A championship here in Harrodsburg, the Pikeville Panthers and the Harrodsburg Pioneers. We'll take a break and be back with more in just a moment. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Where there's problem water, East Kentucky Water is the answer. From stainless steel pumps to quality Hague water conditioners to custom systems to drinking water appliances, East Kentucky Water has the best quality equipment and trained personnel to get the job done right. Sales, rentals, or rent-to-own on water conditioners. In-house financing. Our free in-home water analysis is just a toll-free telephone call away at 1-800-521-PUMP. That's 1-800-521-7867 for East Kentucky Water of Pikeville.
Everyone, we're in Harrodsburg. Our contest tonight is between the Pikeville Panthers and the Harrodsburg Pioneers. As you can see, the Harrodsburg folks out on the field getting ready to receive their team onto the field, and we'll be joining the pregame festivities in just a moment. But first, we would like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game: the Pikeville Methodist Hospital, Jerry's Restaurant, Busy Bee Septic Service, the Log Cabin Restaurant, Creative Expressions, Rogers Self-Service, One Stop Market, Kentucky Power Company, and Kentucky Water. So we'd like to thank all of those folks for sponsoring our football contest. Right now, let's turn it over to the field and our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
So there you have the national anthem. We're getting ready for a kickoff here in just a few moments. The Pikeville Panthers and the Harrodsburg Pioneers. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Myers along with Adam Gearhart. And joining us also in the booth tonight is our good buddy Donnie Daniels from up McDowell Way. We'd like to welcome him tonight. And we've got a dandy football contest on our hands for tonight, of course. The Pikeville Panthers with a 13-0 record, and Harrodsburg. The Harrodsburg Pioneers also come into tonight's contest with a 13-0 record. And fellas, we've got a dandy contest coming up tonight.
Yeah, as I said in pregame, you know, both teams was 13-0, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. I mean, when you get this far in the tournament, this semifinals to go to the state tournament, everybody's adrenaline is flowing, and they're going to be playing as hard as they can to get the shot at that state tournament.
Exactly. I believe that Harrodsburg, looking at the fan support that Harrodsburg has shown, that they're going to come in and play. Chad Dunn is an excellent back. He leads them in scoring. He leads them in rushing. He's Mr. Everything for Harrodsburg. And look for a fine game from Chad Dunn tonight. And along with Pikeville, they always have J.J. Bailey. And J.J. Bailey is a fine athlete. He's one of the top caliber athletes in the state of Kentucky. So look for an excellent ball game tonight on the rushing end for the semifinals here.
I guess if you have to pick a winner, it would have to be the Pikeville Panthers. The Lexington Herald leader chose them, I think, a 13-point winner tonight.
Yeah, Dave Contrell.
But it's kind of hard. I mean, anytime you talk tournament time, you might as well just throw out the records, I guess.
Well, yeah, especially now, you can take the ratings and throw them out the window. Kentucky proved that last week against Tennessee, covering their spread. And, it's down now where it's you come in the semifinals of the state, and Pikeville's been here, Harrodsburg has been here, but it hasn't been a while since they've been here. And two tradition-rich football programs that's back in the state semifinals, and they're just going to leave it out there in between the lines tonight. Both teams has excellent backs, both teams has excellent defenses, and just look for a great ball game tonight here in Harrodsburg, Kentucky.
Now, Donnie, your big niche is basketball. How do you know so much about football? Are you an all-sports kind of guy, or what?
Well, I'm a all-sports type of guy. I've coached it all. I've coached from girls basketball into the football, and even into the spring track and baseball. And following the high school sports in the state of Kentucky, I really believe that this is a great state to have high school sports. They talk about the great basketball in Indiana, and they talk about the great football in Florida. But overall, Kentucky has a great overall sports program in high school.
That's right, and we certainly appreciate you joining us tonight. We'll be talking to you throughout the night. Right now, down on the field, both of the teams' pep bands, the pep rally, all the students and everything that made the trip, and the parents and everything that made the trip up here, they're out on the field getting ready to receive their team. So we're going to be joining them in just a few moments, but we would like to thank all of our sponsors again for tonight's contest, because they followed us throughout the season. Pikeville Methodist Hospital, the folks over at Jerry's Restaurant, they're probably sitting there watching this game right now. Busy Bee Septic Service, Log Cabin, and they're probably sitting there watching this game right now. We'd like to say hi to the folks over at the Log Cabin Restaurant. Saved me a hamburger, by the way. Creative Expressions, Rogers Self-Service, One Stop Market, Kentucky Power Company, and East Kentucky Waters. So there come the folks from Harrodsburg. The Pioneers are coming out onto the field right now. And coming up in just a few moments, the Pikeville Panthers will also be taking the field. So we're going to be staying in tune for that. Talking about the Pikeville Panthers, we've covered quite a few of their ball games this year, fellas, and J.P. Blair continues to amaze a whole lot of folks.
Hillman, he's a great quarterback, and of course he's got Garvin at wide receiver, and I believe that's one of the best quarterback receiver teams that I've seen all season on any team. And when you have a team like that together, and you have good defense, and then all around blocking and all that stuff, you're just going to be a winner.
And We were talking a little bit earlier, Donnie, about the weather conditions. I mean, it's just outstanding. You've got a short sleeve shirt on. Usually this time of year, you're talking big, thick sweater and 2 or 3 foot of snow out there. How's this going to affect the players? Are they going to play a little bit better tonight?
Well, it has to be comfortable for them. Last week the wind was blowing and had a lot of chill in the air. But I see DeAnthony Honaker over there in short sleeves. He's not affected by it, of course. But the wind is playing a little factor in it. But basically, this is a perfect night for football. The ground conditions, it looks like they're in excellent condition. We walked out in the pregame, walked out on the field, no soft spots. So, there should be no factor as far as the weather condition affect this game tonight. I think we'll see a quicker start at this game tonight because the players will tend to get loose quicker, and I believe we're going to see a high offensive scoring game tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that a bit. It's going to be a dandy football contest tonight. And we were talking a little bit earlier also about the fact that the Pikeville Panthers are favored in this contest tonight. But you look at this depth chart and everything with Harrodsburg, and they've got some pretty good-sized fellows themselves at quarterback. If I can find it here, I've been flipping through trying to find all the names and everything.
Erwin Thompson, number 5. He's a 5'11", 175-pound senior.
And, they've got 2 or 3 other quarterbacks that they can fall back on. At fullback, you've got a fellow back there by the name of Jermaine Dunn, 5'11", 220 pounds. So, big fellow back there in the backfield. And catch this guy, Terry Dunn. I guess they're brothers or cousins or something. 6 foot, 200 pounds, and he's a junior. But his counterpart over there, Jermaine Dunn,
he could have here. Here comes Pikeville out on the field, and they seem to be getting a few boos out here tonight from this side of the field.
Now, when I mentioned Jermaine, you could kind of put a smile on your face. That's just not a football name, I guess, is it?
No, the Jermaine and also Terry Dunn there at fullback. I guess it was his brother. But also at left halfback, we have Chad Dunn. So I just wonder if there's triplets on the team.
It could be. You never know. You never know. Sean Sally, he'll be wearing number 43 tonight on this Harrodsburg squad, 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. Number 9 is Bobby Mix, I guess we'll call him, M-E-A-U-X, 6 foot, 190-pound junior. He'll be playing a lot tonight, but this Harrodsburg team is quite diverse, and they've got a lot of different size folks out there. So we keep falling back on the fact that this is going to be a good contest tonight.
Yes, I believe you are right, Kevin. With the weather outside today, you got 2 teams with perfect records, and it's down this close to state tournament time. You're going to see some hard-fought football out there tonight.
Well, they are laying it on the line, and the ball is teed up out there. We're getting ready now for playoff football action here on WPRG TV5. Kevin Myers, along with Adam Gearhart and our good buddy Donnie Daniels from up McDowell way. So we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and watching us. Our location is Harrodsburg, where the Pioneers will be taking on the Pikeville Panthers. Sit back and pop an extra bag of popcorn because we've got a dandy football game lined up for you tonight.
It's interesting that Alvin Johnson has elected kick against the wind. He must want to have the football in the second quarter with the wind.
So Harrodsburg is kicking off to the Pikeville Panthers. It's a low kick, hit about the 30-yard line. Bobbling it back there is number 4 for the Pikeville Panthers. And he just jumped up on top of the ball there, and I think they were kind of trying to rush a fumble there.
I tell you, that was close because he kind of fumbled around with it there a little bit and finally got it in his grasp. That would have been a big play to start off with. Harrodsburg would have recovered that, but luckily Pikeville got it back.
They would have had possession all the way down on close to the 30-yard line, I guess, and that's where they spot the ball right here. That's where the Pioneers will take it over first, or the Pikeville Panthers, excuse me, will take it over first and 10. See what they can get going under the direction of J.P. Blair. He goes under center, wishbone formation. Handoff there around the left side to Danny Eastep. Picks up a couple of yards up to about the 35-yard line.
And I tell you, Kevin, remember our last game we did Pikeville, and who was that they was playing?
Gosh, put me on the spot there. I can't remember who the last team.
Well, anyways, the last game we played, we did a Pikeville. Me and
Kaywood.
Yeah. Eastep had a big game on that.
He had a real good game.
A lot of yardage.
Second down and 5. Handoff up the middle again to Eastep. He's a 6'3", 225-pound senior. And he makes it up to about the 40-yard line, close to a first down. I believe he's just shy, maybe about a yard shy of a first down.
Both times, Coach Alaris gave the ball to Danny Eastep, and 2 carries, 9 yards. That's 4.5 per carry. I think any coach in the high school ranks would like that kind of average.
That's not bad on the opening 2 plays of the contest to pick up 9 yards. Of course, that does bring up a third down and 2 yards to go. Another wishbone formation for the Pikeville Panthers. Hands off there.
Oh,
in the backfield. That's Darrell Ratliff. Probably lost about a yard on that one.
I tell you, that's big defense for Harrodsburg right off the bat. That was a big play.
Lamont Owens, that time a sophomore, 5'11", 170-pound end.
So that's one of the biggest plays of his career so far. Got the star of the game holding him. Now it brings a fourth down situation, forcing Pikeville to punt.
Calling it 4th and 2, and indeed the Pikeville Panthers will kick it away, and to do that will be Shane Alera, Coach Bill Alera's son. There's the kick.
Oh, he's got a fake.
Going around the left side. Shane Alera on the carry, gets up to the 40, and he gets to the 49, and he does indeed pick up the first down. They knock him back past the 40 on the other side of the first down stick, but they're going to give him possession on the other side. I do believe it depends on where they spot the ball. They can mesh up pretty bad depending on where they spot the ball, but I believe that will be a first down for the Pikeville Panthers.
I tell you, that was a gutsy call by Coach Bill Alera.
They called it.
Big play.
First down for the Pikeville Panthers, so they had a good running game going there and got knocked down in the backfield for a loss of 2 yards, brought up a fourth down situation. Shane Alera on the fake punt was able to run it around the left side there and pick up a first down for the Pikeville Panthers.
Just an alert play by Shane Alera there. I believe that Lamont Owens was in again on pressure, and Shane Alera, being the coach's son, did something smart.
Wishbone formation again. Blair keeps it himself, runs around the left side, makes it up to about the 43-yard line before he's knocked down by a host of Harrodsburg players. And, yeah, we do have a flag back on about the 39-yard line.
Belly option to the right, left that time, and it looks like the Panthers has been called for holding.
Big penalty for the Pikeville Panthers after they pulled that big fake play there and was able to pick up the first down. It's going to be even tougher for them to pick up the first down this time around because they're going to be marching the ball back.
Yeah, I'm interested for Pikeville to start going to the air. I'm going to see how this Pioneers defense reacts to our attack of Pikeville.
Well, the Pikeville Panthers have been able to, first couple of plays, been able to keep it on the ground and gain some yardage that way. So I'm sure that air attack is not out of the question.
Going to the I formation, J.J. Bailey on the back of the I, and usually first and long, second long, look for the draw.
There goes Blair back to pass, going deep to Murray Garvin.
Oh,
incomplete.
Just a little bit underthrown. He was open.
He was open down there about the other 40-yard line, and he was open too.
A little play action pass there. Bailey brought Bailey in. And gave him a fake up to the left side, and Garvin tried to sneak in behind the left cornerback there, and just J.P. Blair misled him, and Murray Garvin was definitely open and could have been 6.
Second down and 20. And the Pikeville Panthers call a timeout. They had a little confusion there. Not able to get things going whatsoever. So the Panthers played it safe and called a timeout. So tell you what, we've got 9:24 left to go in this first quarter of play. The game just underway. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more in just a moment. From Harrodsburg, this is TV5 WPRG Sports.
For a great evening out, the Log Cabin Restaurant and Lounge.
The Harrodsburg Pioneers here in the Class A Finals, and this brings up a second down, 20-yard to go situation for the Panthers. Wide right is number 32, but there's a pass around the left side to Tedrick Evangelista. He's got a little bit of running room. He makes it up to about the 50-yard line. Kevin Lockhart, he doesn't go out too much for passes, but he was lined up on that right side. That's probably some kind of a fake, but they found Tedrick Evangelista about 5 yards out and connected with him, and he makes a big gain. First down up to about the 50, 49-yard line.
Well, Charles Kirk, the referee there, been in the business 26 years and just gave the first down signal. Pipe was moving the ball, seems to be moving the ball at will so far against this Harrodsburg defense.
So that is the 1st and 10 for the Pikeville Panthers. Blair takes a snap, hands off to number 34, Darrell Ratliff, and he manages to pick up a couple of yards just shy of the 45-yard line. Possibly, yeah, they're going to spot the ball on about the 46.
I tell you, that last play for Pikeville, that's a big play for the first down. I mean, they was back in the hole in what was a 3rd down situation, and then they come out, a couple of spin moves, put them right in the good territory.
Nice little shuttle pass right up the middle to Tedrick Evangelista. We see him a lot on the special teams for Pikeville.
Yeah, on kickoff return stuff.
He's been real effective for him there this year, but he's also been in on this Pikeville Panther offense and been able to grab in a couple of good passes thanks to J.P. Blair. Blair takes a snap, and there's a handoff up the middle. A little bit of running room, a lot of running room. Lord. I believe that was Kevin Lockhart on the carry, makes it up to about the 25-yard line.
I tell you, that's a big run. He just bored his way right up through the middle. Big gain.
Another first down for the Pikeville Panthers, and they keep the ball on the ground, and it's paid off for them so far this evening.
I tell you, there's some good blocking in that series right there. I mean, they just formed him a hole, and his momentum carried him up for about a 20-yard pickup.
Well, he had good blocking within 10 yards of where he was running, too. First 10 yards, he had a little bit of blocking everywhere he went. There's Darrell Ratliff on the carry, and he doesn't make much at all, maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Second man through that time, Darrell Ratliff. The play before, Lockhart had a fine hole there right up the middle of the Harrodsburg defense, and Harrodsburg switched that time. They went from a 6-2 to a 5-3 alignment that time and slanted their defensive lineman to the hole.
Well, the clock down now to 8 minutes left to go in this first quarter of play. The Pikeville Panthers down deep into Pioneer territory for a 2nd down 7 situation. There's a handoff to Lockhart. Up the middle again, makes it up to about the 15.
That was another nice game by Lockhart. He just went straight up the middle again and picks up another Panther first down, it looks to be. Yep.
That's real. Yeah, he got the first down by a couple of yards.
So I say it's looking very good for Pikeville to be on the board this drive.
It's looking real good for him to be able to go down this deep into Harrodsburg territory and, just with a ground game.
And, of course, their kicker, I believe, still is Step, and he's got a pretty good leg on him, and they should get 3 out of this anyways.
Lee Step's got a couple of good legs because that's what gets him up the field on those carries. There's Lockhart again. He's in for the touchdown. A little 15 yards.
Is that Lockhart?
That was number 22. Madison Helvey.
Yeah, he's another big factor in that run. They got depth back there in the running field.
Madison Helvey on the carry. I saw that, too, on the right side of his jersey, and I thought it was Kevin Lockhart because he's you hardly ever hear of Madison Helvey back there in the backfield. He's usually one of the receivers. But Madison Helvey picks up the first 6 points for the Pikeville Panthers, and Danny Eastiff going to be kicking the extra point attempt. It's up, blocked. So Harrodsburg not able to stop the Pikeville Panthers' first 6 points of the contest, but they do stifle an extra point attempt. So with 7:16 left to go in the first quarter of play, the Pikeville Panthers go out on top of Harrodsburg by a score of 6-0. This is TV5 WPRG Sports. Kevin Myers along with Donnie Daniels and Adam Gearhart. The Pikeville Panthers come out on their first possession, able to put 6 points on the board. That's where our score is right now, 6-0 Pikeville over Harrodsburg. Taken deep back there is number 26,
Roger Brown.
Makes it up to about the 22-yard line before he's struck down by a host of Pikeville Panther players.
He has a nice kick by each step that time. It had plenty of height and length on it. Number 5, Erwin Thomas. He's a 5'11", 175-pound senior coming out. He's going to direct the Harrodsburg attack tonight.
6:55 left to go. In the first quarter of play, they line up in a split backfield. Got a flag down on the play, probably an offsides penalty.
That was Steve Bragg for Harrodsburg. He saw D'Anthony Honaker kind of cross from him, and he tried to get the jump on D'Anthony, and looks like it cost his team 5 yards.
Didn't work for him, did it?
I'll tell you a thing I'd like to mention about the Harrodsburg place here. Well, they got pretty good hospitality. You got a nice press box. And
yeah, I keep
got all
hearing
kinds
you.
of food.
I keep hearing you smack your chops over there.
Yeah,
food must be pretty good.
I've made a couple of trips so far.
Alrighty, we're first down 15 after a offsides penalty against Harrodsburg. Aaron Thompson, the quarterback. Split backfield. Another possible offsides penalty. There's a run around the left side.
Good D.
I believe that's Terry Dunn on the carry. They got another flag right over here on the right side of the field.
Look for holding when it's in that area. I saw it come from the umpire. And again, in that last game we did, yourself and I, we did against Pikeville and Kaywood. Pikeville's defense come out and they kind of got to a slow start, and Kaywood stayed right up with them until about the fourth quarter, and then that's when Pikeville's D started tightening up a little bit, and then their offense just took the show.
Yeah, there was a big switch of leads, several switches of leads in that contest.
Yeah, but here tonight they've come out right here on the first couple of drives. They've held them pretty good.
Well, the Pikeville Panthers declined the penalty, so it'll bring up another first down, 15-yard to go, I believe, situation. Second down. They have not changed it on the clock yet. Yeah, there we go. Second down and 14. Got receivers wide left. Thompson takes a snap. He's going to go back and pass.
Oh, Lord. Word.
His intended receiver there was number 26, Roger Brown. Just a simple case of overthrowing his receiver.
For a second there, it looked like he wasn't even in the picture. It looked like his receiver was on down the field, and he just threw behind him, but 26 was his receiver, I guess.
Yeah, that's Roger Brown, 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. Got a lot of young players on this Harrodsburg team. 6:02 left to go. First quarter of play. Pikeville on top of Harrodsburg by a score of 6-0.
Looks like Pikeville's come out and started out in a 61 defense, and tell you what, I know Coach Avera was concerned with this defense, and maybe he thinks this will be effective against the Harrodsburg Pioneers.
Got another flag.
That was quick. It could be a delay of game.
Yeah. Yep, 3 possessions, 3 flags. You don't see that too often.
I know Coach Alvin Johnson, he's not pleased with his performance so far. It don't look very much like the Pioneers are well organized, and knowing Coach Johnson, which has been here quite 17 years, you know, he'll have something to say about that at halftime during the conversation. I tell you, when you get a team in, they get this far in the finals and don't have too much experience in it, you kind of got them jitters, and I believe that's what they have.
Yeah. Back to pass again. Thompson goes deep, almost intercepted, almost picked off there by Kevin Lockhart, number 32. Excellent pass coverage on behalf of Lockhart.
That was very, very excellent. He had a great chance to intercept that one. Tedrick Evangelista back for the Panthers here on the punt return, and if he can get a hold of the ball, and he's a sophomore, senior, but if he can get a hold of the ball, he's tough. Things will happen. He'll get them in good field position.
Tedrick Evangelista and Nathan Ellswick also back there joining him in the backfield, waiting for the snap.
Ooh, block. Oh, just about block. It was a block.
There was a block kick, number 30, Shane Alera. Boy, he's had a lot of good play tonight. The Pikeville Panthers block it, and the Pikeville Panthers will take over. Down deep again in Harrodsburg territory.
Two big
They're going to spot the ball, I believe, on about the 15-yard line.
Sure did. First of all, he got the first down on the whenever they fake the punt. And then this one right here, he just gets a good block, and they get great field position for another score.
So with 5:45 left to go in the first quarter of play, the Pikeville Panthers threatening to score again. They're in the wishbone formation. Wide left is Murray Garvin. There's a handoff up the middle to number 22, Madison Helvey.
Madison Helvey, their fullback, he's a big load to bring down. You know, they've run with the Ratliff, and they've run in there with the second man through, and now they leave it with the fullback. And, you know, there's 6 yards, and the last time they left it, he went for the touchdown, Kevin.
And going out of the contest is Darrell Ratliff. They've not strayed from that wishbone formation all night long.
Really liking that.
There's Estep with a carry, and boy, he plows a whole bunch of them over down inside about the 4-yard line. So that's probably another first down, I believe.
He definitely plowed through that time, but you know, you get them 4, 5, 6 yarders, they're going to add up, and
they
get down this close, you're going to get a score. As long as you can keep penalty free and turnover free, you're going to score getting that kind of yardage.
First down, goal to goal, ball on the 4-yard line for the Pikeville Panthers on their second possession, getting ready to put another 6 on the board. Wide left is Murray Garvin again. Split backfield, handoff. Number 34, Ratliff. Darrell Ratliff. With the nice little 4-yard stint. And he was untouched.
I tell you what, Darrell Ratliff that time should go up and pat DeAnthony Honaker on the back, because DeAnthony just took about 2 blue jerseys into the end zone with him. It's a great hole. I mean, Ratliff went through with ease. But looks like Coach Allaire's planning on going for 2 here on the extra point. You got to have that blocking before you can have the good running game.
And DeAnthony's got a good future ahead of him. So they are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Blair back to pass. He finds number 32, Kevin Lockhart, open in the end zone, and they do pick up the extra 2 points. So in the first quarter of play, 4:33 left to go in the first quarter of play. The Pikeville Panthers on top of Harrodsburg by a score of 14-0. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Heating costs less with an electric heat pump. When you install your electric heat pump, you'll be using less energy for heating, and your heating bill will be cut in half. You have a much more clean and even heat, but the temperature is constant and much more draft-free. If you would like to heat your home for less, call us today at the Kentucky Power Company. Call 437-3777. Sound City is the music store of the future with the largest and the very best selection of music anywhere in eastern Kentucky. Sound City has thousands of CDs, compact discs, and cassettes to choose from. Rock, country, blues, gospel, bluegrass, and classical music. Check out your favorite hot new releases first with the music of the Sound City. Listen to the music before you buy in the listing booth. The Sound City Decor is a sight and sound that you will never forget. Hot music and hot fashions. Sound City has boom boxes and all your musical accessories. And now movie rentals. Rent the very latest movies at the Sound City. Sound City is located in downtown Pikeville. Stop by or call 432-5174.
Come out quick and put 2 touchdowns on the board. Our score 14-0. 4:33 left to go in the first quarter of play. And the Pikeville Panthers kick off to Harrodsburg. They let it roll out of back into the end zone. A good kick there. So they're going to bring it out to the 20-yard line.
Sure enough. And thing that I was kind of interested with here at break, you know, you had the talented runner for Pikeville, J.J. Bailey, and I've just seen him in there on a couple of occasions, and I was wondering about that. And also the Harrodsburg, their most talented player, I would say, or from what I've heard, number 11. Number 11, Chad Dunn, he hasn't just been on a couple occasions.
Already back on the 20. 4:33 left to go, first quarter. Harrodsburg with a handoff. Aaron Thompson with a handoff up the middle there for a gain of about 2.
Now, I tell you, Pikeville's defense is just so far just been...
They've dominated the game.
Yeah, they just...
They've had, Harrodsburg's had some pretty tough time with the turnovers so far early in this contest. First down and 8. There's another handoff up the middle to about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they got a couple yards on that, but Pikeville's defense still on top of them.
A little misdirection there. Jermaine Dunn.
Buddy Jermaine.
Buddy Jermaine, he took the ball there on the inside trap, and he tried to trap Honaker, and I think that's what they're going to have to do against Blackburn and Honaker. They're going to have to bring angle blocks against them. They're not going to block them straight up.
So that brings up 3rd down and 5. Thompson goes back to pass.
Interception. Great coverage.
That is an interception there.
Yes, sir.
That's number 24 for the Pikeville Panthers, Nathan Ellswick.
That was some great coverage. I mean, that was just, they were stuck together on that, and he just brought it down all the way.
As soon as the pass started coming down, he jumped right in front of him. There was no hope whatsoever.
I tell you, Pikeville's on fire. They're wanting this bad. They're wanting another trip to Louisville, no doubt in my mind.
And the way they've set the path so far, you can really tell they want that state championship. There's Bailey back to pass. Throws deep.
In there. Yes.
It's complete. That's Murray Garvin down inside the 10-yard line.
What I tell you, that quarterback receiver team.
You've mentioned that all year.
I tell you, that's just something else that's going to bring you some wins right there, and it has this year.
Ball spotted on about the 8-yard line.
Murray Garvin that time showed great hands. The defender hit him as soon as the ball arrived, and he took the ball down with him.
And he showed courage, too. You know, he knew he was going to get popped, but he still held on to it.
1st and goal to goal. Ball on the 8-yard line. Blair hands off to Lockhart.
See, not much doing on that little drive. Maybe a couple yards.
Kevin Lockhart that time showed a good second effort just to get anything. The left side of the line that time, good line search by the Harrodsburg Pioneers that time up front. But, he kept his feet moving and he got a 3-yard gain on the play.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down situation. And goal, ball on the 5. Murray Garvin wide left. There's a handoff to Lockhart, that's Rattler.
In there. Sure did.
And he picks up the touchdown. 3rd possession, 3rd touchdown.
Domination's what we're seeing.
We're talking about
good old-fashioned booty whooping, I think.
10 minutes, and Pikeville Panthers has already put 20 points on the board.
They are flat out dominating, aren't they, Donnie?
It's we thought we was going to see a better game tonight than when we come down here, but the game's not over. But just so far, just looking at Pikeville's offense has yet to even been attempted to be stopped.
And of course, you got to compliment on their defense too for getting on this great field position.
Going to go for the 2-point conversion. 20-zip is their score now. Passes up, and got a flag down on the play.
That was Garvin, he just called it, went in, flipped the umpire, the official of the ball, just like, no big deal.
I had one man that lined up on the line of scrimmage.
That's 2 right there.
Had a man, Garvin was lined up on the outside over there, and then you had a man that was inside of him that's supposed to be back off the line of scrimmage, and the man that was closest to Garvin lined up with him. And when you do that, you have an unbalanced line, and after that happened, you make Murray Garvin an illegal, not Murray Garvin, but the man that went out, the illegal receiver, and you had a lineman downfield.
So they're going to go for the...
might go for the extra point right here.
I believe, Danny Eastep coming in there, got his kicking shoe on. Got his kicking strap, I guess. Going to go for the extra point attempt. Here's a kick. It's up. Not blocked this time.
Mighty.
No good.
Wasn't no good, but he had plenty of foot.
Boy, he kicked that one way back in there on the other side of the track. So with 2:14 left to go, first quarter of play, Pikeville with a comfortable lead so far in this contest, 20-0 over Harrodsburg here in the Class A Finals in Harrodsburg. This is TV5 Sports.
Let's go down there, Al!
Time Time goes by so fast. For the past 65 years, Methodist Hospital of Kentucky has been committed to excellence in health care. Time brings change, and we're moving ahead, providing the latest in diagnostic specialties, psychiatric services, and surgical techniques. Getting patients back to their normal lives is the reason we offer physical and occupation therapy and cardiopulmonary rehabilitation. At Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, we work side by side to deliver quality health care to our region. Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, high tech, high touch, quality caring.
Well, our score is 20-0. Pikeville out on top. A little bit of running room around the right side there on the kickoff is number 9 for Harrodsburg, Bobby Minix.
So,
M-E-A-U-X. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Mix.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
Mounts.
It looks like Harrodsburg's going to be starting out in the best field position they've had all night, I believe.
I believe Harrodsburg has to show something this offensive series.
They need to, don't they?
That shows that they can move the ball against Pikeville's defense in order to make a game of this. But, you know, it's been all Pikeville so far.
I tell you what, I've watched a lot of football, and I know that you've coached a lot of football, but Pikeville's just looking too good right now. It looks like dominance tonight.
Well, they definitely come out ready to play, and I know Coach of ours got his ball club ready to play, and it's a tribute to him and Coach Howard in order for Freeport to be out there ready.
There's the pitch back to number 22, Terry Dunn around the left side. He's got a little bit of running room. He's in for the touchdown.
Big play.
Boy, that was Terry Dunn. Once he got going,
But he put some moves
he
on.
put a big-time move on some Pikeville defenders down there about the 20-yard line. Made a little break stint around the right side there and was able to put Harrodsburg just when you thought this crowd was asleep, boy.
Yeah, just when you thought that it was Pikeville dominance on defense, they just come right out for a big, about 55-yard run right there.
Shane Allaire had the angle on him, and he just cut back against the grain against Shane and left him standing there about the 20.
Good. The point attempt is up, and it's good. We'll go ahead and keep it right here, but our score right now is 20-7. Harrodsburg just came back, able to put 7 points on the board on one possession. That's a nice little play. I believe that's a second down situation, a little pass around the left side there. And the ball was on about the 43-yard line when they started that play out. So that's a dandy play just when you thought this Harrodsburg team had sealed their coffin for the year, I guess.
Well, you know, Terry Dunn there, a sweep around the left side, and Danny Eastep missed him, and Madison Helvey missed him, and then it cuts back against the grain against Shane Allaire. And Harrodsburg puts 7 on the board. Whether this will put confidence back in their mind, I don't know. But you know, they've got to prove themselves on defense also.
Yes, that's where I think the key is right now is their defense, because Pikeville's offense has just been dominating. They've been moving at their own will, it seems like.
So that's where the score stands right now, 20-7. Pikeville on top of the Pioneers from Harrodsburg. Getting ready for...
I tell you what, this crowd's loving it. They're really intent.
They want to get these Harrodsburg players back into the contest to keep that one on the ground. Oh, Lord! Got a fumble. I don't know if they got it. Have to wait and see. They pulled that twice on Pikeville. It didn't pay off the first time. But Pikeville Panthers retain possession of the ball on about the 29-yard line.
I tell you, the Harrodsburg crowd's not liking that at all. That was a big break for Pikeville. Big break.
Well, you know, Coach Johnson kicking against the wind. Coach Jermaine Dunn just squib kicking. And, you know, Pikeville had trouble with it the first time, and the second time it's the same result. Come here fumbling the ball over to the Pioneers.
I tell you, listen to this crowd, fellas. They're kind of getting into it again.
I think they ain't wanting a shot at that state.
I think they do. They've come this far. They sure don't want to see the road end here.
Some confusion.
Pikeville.
There's some confusion down on
the field with Charlie Kirk's refereeing crew, trying to find out what exactly happened on the kickoff return, because they had some strong objection there from Alvin Johnson there on the Harrodsburg sideline.
So we've got just under 2 minutes left to go in this contest. 20-7 remains our score. And we're ready to resume things. It's 1st and 10. Pikeville on their own 30-yard line. J.P. Blair takes the snap, hands off. That's Ratliff around the left side, makes it up to about the 38-yard line. A few yards shy of a first down.
Nice little 6-yard pickup. That's what they've been doing all night, just eating down just a little bit at a time, then the big play breaks. Call it what you want.
That works for you. Keep using it.
That's exactly what Bill Lyer's been doing, too.
This Harrodsburg team, the fans over here hollering defense. The Pikeville on the attack.
Oh, good D that time. Madison Helvey looks like he was on the carry from the fullback spot. I tell you, from this far into the game, we're almost through with the first quarter play. I believe a big play in this first quarter was the fake punt attempt to where they got a first down and went on in to score.
Yeah.
That was a big play.
Kind of set a precedence for the entire first quarter here anyway. First down and 10 for the Panthers on their own 42-yard line. Looking to move down in and score another touchdown before this first quarter comes to an end. Blair back to pass, up the middle, and finds his receiver on about the 49-yard line. That was number 30, Shane, or number, I'm not sure who that is. I can't see that far.
Christian Caudle. Yeah, I believe that's who it is. He's one of the receivers. Number 10 coming from the weak
number
side.
10, okay, I couldn't see the number down there.
Christian Caudle, a little bootleg action to the right that time, and then sent Garvin deep, and then brought Caudle back underneath for the 8-yard gainer.
Second down, 2 yards to go now.
Ooh, big opening.
He stepped around the left side, got a lot of running room, down to about the 15, 10-yard line, possibly down inside the 8 before he's finally
I tell you what, that's just something else right there. Again, we had the great blocking of the Pikeville's line. When you get the blocks, you're going to get big runs. And right there, if he had the speed, that was a touchdown.
Well, that does bring it into the first quarter of play. The Pikeville Panthers still with the lead at this point, are scored 20-7. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter in just a moment. This is TV5 Sports.
Come into Jerry's Restaurant in Pikeville tonight and give your mouth a taste treat like it's never had before. Jerry's Restaurant is located on the South Mayo Trail, Pikeville. Jerry's offering daily specials with different desserts to choose from. Breakfast is served at any time, so stop by Jerry's Restaurant from 6 in the morning till midnight, Monday through Sundays. Jerry's Restaurant is located on the South Mayo Trail, Pikeville. That's Jerry's. Stop by after the ball game.
First quarter of play, Pikeville retains its 20-7 lead with the ball down on their own 12-yard line. Nice little carry up the middle again for a gainer. Should be a first down.
Should be another score as close as they've got right now, I would say. Darryl Ratliff, that time he took the ball on a counter play up the right side, and looks like D'Anthony Honaker is giving a break here on the offensive end for a few plays.
Second down and goal to goal.
Ooh, good D. Dandy defense by the Harrodsburg defense.
Stopped him right there on the 5-yard line.
Look like at the time Danny Eastep on the carry. They tried the same play that Ratliff had before, and with real success that time. But here comes Mr. Bailey in for the first time I've seen him tonight. I swear it's me too. And again, you was talking about that play, tried the same one. I believe he's just trying to let his momentum carry him in, but that time they clogged the hole up.
As Donnie mentioned, J.J. Bailey in there, and
they go to him the first thing. That could be a touchdown.
No, he makes it up to about the 1-yard line. Close.
I wonder why he hasn't been any earlier than what he has tonight.
Well, they seem to do the job with what they've got so far. They're maybe trying to save him a little bit.
But you know, he's one of their main running backs. And here he goes out. No, is that him going out?
Yeah.
No.
He's kind of
he's going slow.
A little bit.
He could be kind of injured tonight. You know, he has been through the last part of this season, and it still could be carrying over into this game.
4th down, goal, ball on 3. There's a handoff.
Ooh, nice pitch. That's in there.
Pitch around the right side there. Kevin Lockhart. Big boy, they faked everybody out. They thought there was going to be a run right up the middle. But it's a pitch back to Kevin Lockhart around the right side.
Well, Bill there that time set up the Harrodsburg defense with 1st and 2nd down. He runs the ball into Ratliff and E-Step in there, and Harrodsburg does a great job of stuffing the hole, and then he gives the ball into Bailey also, and then all of a sudden J.P. Blair takes it out and pitches the ball around the right side on the option play for the Panthers.
That puts another 6 on the board for the Pikeville Panthers. 26-7 our score. Going for the extra 2 points. Blair back to pass. Finds Murray Garvin in the end zone.
It look too easy.
For the extra 2 points.
Murray Garvin showing that he is all-state caliber player.
He is Division I college football caliber. And of course, you know, we got the basketball season coming up, and he's one of the top players of the 15th region in basketball here.
So with that in mind, our score 28-7. The Pikeville Panthers out on top of Harrodsburg here in the Class A Finals. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Come out of the Stone Age, Busy Bee Septic Tank Service introduces the new Infiltrator, a high-performance, state-of-the-art system. This system does not require any stone or gravel. Research has demonstrated that the Infiltrator chamber provides an optimum infiltrative service for leaching systems. The Infiltrator system has 2/3 more effective surface area per linear foot. Infiltrator chambers are Health Department approved, and in most installations, a 45% reduction in footage is allowed. A complete system can be delivered in a pickup truck. One man with a backhoe and hand tools can install a system with reduced labor and machine cost. The Infiltrator system is a structurally strong and efficient system, superior to conventional pipe and gravel systems. The system is engineered for high performance.
So after 1 quarter of play and just a few minutes into the 2nd quarter, the Pikeville Panthers have been able to put a couple of touchdowns on the board. In fact, quite a few touchdowns. Our score 28-7 at this point. I tell you, fellas, we've been making a lot of trips back and forth to the hospitality room. They've got some trays of food back here behind us.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like that. I tell you, again, these steps shows what a good kicking leg he's got. He sends this kick plumb in the end zone, so that's something you rarely see in high school football action. It's a kicker that can kick it that far.
Well, he kicked one a little bit earlier, and it hit about the 10-yard line and rolled on in.
I'll tell you something else that the college coaches look for from Danny Eastep is he has hang time on his kickoffs also.
Yeah.
That he's not going to let a big return get on his kickoffs, and that's what some of the things the college coaches look for on the kickoff. Very true.
Well, the Pioneers take it over on their own 20-yard line. And Thompson trying to send a signal to his backfield, checking everything out. I believe he's going to call a timeout, and he does. We'll keep it right here.
I believe they had some confusion that time on the line.
Trying to get things straightened out there. Alvis Johnson, his 17th year as coach here at Harrodsburg, goes out on the field to say, what's going on, fellas? I need to get you all your stuff in one poke, and let's win this contest.
Tell you, I haven't researched much up on Harrodsburg's history in football, but you got to think it's one of his biggest years right here, getting this far.
Well, Harrodsburg in the early 70s used to had a couple championships. If you're looking down on the right-hand side of the field down by the scoreboard, there's a couple or three billboards up there on the hill where all the fans are sitting around, where they have tradition here, 1977 and 1980, and I can't tell the one on the right, but 88, and they have been here.
I guess that proves to me then.
They were state champions in 80 and 87, so it's nothing unusual for Harrodsburg to be in this situation.
There's a reverse. Number 43 on the carry, Sean Sally.
Rifles defense just stayed him up that time. Nothing going.
Kind of had the reverse action going there.
Addison Helvey that time, he just he stayed at home and took on the lead blocker for the Harrodsburg Pioneers that time, and played good, sound, fundamental football that time.
And there's what high school football is all about.
Like you said earlier in the season, one of our first game, it's a spectator sport.
I was talking about the track down there. No, I'm just... There's a carry around the right side, number 42, Jermaine Dunn.
But he lowered his head and just put a big boom on whoever tackled him out there.
And that brings up a first down situation for the Pioneers. He doesn't hit like a Jermaine, does he?
No, he does not hit like a Jermaine. He showed right there that he is here to play a football game tonight. And with that hit, I believe that Coach O'Leary wants to talk to his Panthers.
Yeah, they've called a timeout. Ball's on the 34-yard line. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. We've got 9:18 left to go in the second quarter play. And we've got quite a few folks over on the other side of the field as Don gets a shot of the Harrodsburg cheerleaders on this side. But as you can see over there on the other side, boy, the Pikeville Panthers loaded up and came down this way, didn't they?
They're supported very well, very well. They have quite a large crowd, and, all these people are just fired up. They're wanting to see them go to Louisville again.
And this is, to Harrodsburg, is a pretty good haul. You're talking roughly 2 hours to Lexington, and then another 45 minutes, good 45 minutes to Harrodsburg. So they certainly made the long travel tonight to Harrodsburg to watch the Panthers play a good football game. They've done that so far tonight. 28-7, our score. And we'd like to say hi to our good buddy. You know him and you love him, Judge Miller Kent Carter.
Oh, yeah.
And the B team.
The B team.
They're having to sit at home.
Branham, yeah.
They're having to sit at home and ponder while the A team is out doing all the work.
Bill Evans and just the B team, they know.
First and 10, going back to pass is Thompson up the middle, and boy, he threw in some big-time heavy traffic, almost intercepted. His intended receiver there was, I believe, number 22, Terry Dunn.
You hear something?
So it is.
Terry Dunn, yeah.
So that'll bring up a second down situation.
During the timeout, I believe Coach O'Leary and Shane O'Leary had a little father-son talk on that sweep around the left side.
Second and 10, Thompson back to pass again, and he finds his receiver. That's number 43, Sean Sally. And he makes it up to about the 40-yard line, about 3 or 4 yards shy still of a first down.
Craig Hughes, their leading receiver at that time, cleared out on the left side, and then they brought Sean Sally back underneath and did a fine job of get them in a situation where they can be able to run the ball on third down.
I tell you, that's a big conversion right here for Harrodsburg, because they really need the first down. Popple gets it back this early.
That's true.
I mean, this early in the second quarter, they're a big threat to score again.
Well, there's a handoff in the backfield, a run around the right side by number 42, Jermaine Dunn. Maybe gained a yard.
Jason Blackburn on the stop that time. Shane O'Leary, like I said, his daddy come out and told him he wasn't getting any supper after dinner.
After the game, didn't he?
And he turned it in that time, and Jason Blackburn was on his pursuit lane and come down and put the big hit on Mr. Dunn that time for Harrodsburg.
Well, the ball is on the 41-yard line, fourth down situation for Harrodsburg. They're going to be kicking off. And back deep for the Panthers is Madison Helvey, or excuse me, that's number 32, Kevin Lockhart. What is that they say when you get old? What is that goes? Your eyesight, maybe? I can't tell those numbers tonight. I don't know what the situation is. We know the situation here anyway. 28-7 our score. Pikeville on top of Harrodsburg, the Pioneers. 7:48 left to go in the second quarter play. Well, this is a nice field, isn't it?
Sure is.
Got a
nice field, nice complex, everything.
Got a good-sized press box here. Got all kinds of media from around the state. Got our good buddies from WLSI and WRAU. Mike Biltzer and the crew down here with us. And Rick Bentley with the Appalachian News Express is out there amongst the crowd somewhere, and we'll be talking to him a little bit later on. Ratliff with a carry, makes it up to about the 44-yard line, and about 2 yards shy, I guess, of a first down.
Second man through that time, Darrell Ratliff, come off the right-hand side, and you know, Pikeville has had no trouble moving the ball at all against this Harrodsburg Pioneer team. That's true. That's true.
Second down and 1. Blair takes a snap. There's a flag, maybe an illegal procedure call against the Pikeville Panthers.
Looked like Danny East at that time was a little bit fast about getting around the left-hand side.
You caught it right, Kevin. Good job. I believe we're 2 for 2 tonight. I've got one, you've got one. Have you attempted one yet, Donnie?
I've just sat here and tried to fill in, guys. Charles Kirk, he's been a old time. He's been in refereeing for 26 years, and you know, when Charles Kirk calls one, he usually don't make too many mistakes. Of course, you know, you can't tell many coaches that about a referee, and but he's been in the business a long time.
Yep. And as we was talking to him down there, his buddy there too, who had been in about as long, so we got a good officiating crew here tonight.
Blair passes, and he finds number 24 open, Nathan Ellswick, makes it down to the 32-yard line, down into Harrodsburg territory again.
Tell you what, Pikeville is definitely having no trouble on their offense tonight.
Nathan Ellswick that time received the ball on a little pass out in the flats, and you know, J.P. Byer, you talk about the strong arm of J.P. Byer, but that time he showed you a little touch with the ball, and you know, threw it over top of the defender for Harrodsburg, and Mr. Ellswick took it in for a long game.
Laid it right in his hands.
And they do spot the ball on the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. .6:56 left to go. There's a handoff up the middle, and not much of a gain on that one.
Darrell Ratliff that time got horse collared at him.
I kind of noticed that. I guess that's what you could call it. I never have heard it called that, but somebody takes a timeout here, it looks like. Harrodsburg.
Yeah. Well, Harrodsburg does call a timeout, so that'll give us a chance to take a timeout and hit this little snack bar back here. 6:38 left to go in the the second quarter play. 28-7 our score. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Hey, Mom, it's the van talking. Back this baby up and pull it to the full service island. Let the Chevron service team give you the full service treatment. Cruise to the full service pumps where they pump your gas, wash your windshields, and check under the hood. They even check your tire pressure. The service team knows just what your vehicle needs. With little ones, you can't afford to have a breakdown on down the road.
Hey, get the full service treatment at these locations.
At Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, we hold a special place in our heart for children. That's why we've made a commitment to provide our region's Level 2 neonatal intensive care unit, paying special attention to tiny lives who need extra care. In addition, our pediatric urgent care center provides emergency care for children during those unpredictable evening hours and weekends. Methodist can even make a stay more fun with a visit to Kids Corner, our pediatric playroom. When it comes to children, Methodist Hospital of Kentucky is leading the way with high-tech, high-touch, and quality caring.
Alrighty, we're ready to resume action again. Blair hands off to Estep around the left side, stumbles his way up to about the 25-yard line. About 5 yards shy, I guess, of another Panther first down.
Danny Estep that time on the left-hand, second man through, takes the ball behind Jason Blackburn, which, I believe Jason Blackburn is probably one of the most underrated linemen on the Pikeville line this year.
Yeah, DeAnthony Honecker gets a lot of attention, but he's not the entire line on this, or actually he's not an offensive lineman, I guess, but he's not all on this front line whatsoever for the Pikeville Panthers. There goes Ratliff. Boy, he's got a quick step, doesn't he?
Darryl Ratliff, he proved himself to me when I saw him earlier in the year when I coached against him, but also against the Hazard Bulldogs up there. The second quarter was owned by Darryl Ratliff. He showed that he's going to be the back of the future for the Panthers, and he has a quick first step. He's smaller back out of the backfield, but I tell you what, he runs hard and he runs determined.
Well, it's 1st and 8. Actually, 1st and goal, I guess. There's a handoff just around the right side. Not much of a gain, if anything, on that play.
There's number 22 in there, Mason Helvey. The play that he scored on the first touchdown, they tried a similar play from about 8 yards out, and he found a little resistance that time from the middle of the Harrodsburg defense.
I tell you, another score from Pikeville right here before halftime would really put a big crack in Harrodsburg.
There's
right there
Estep up the middle, and he stutter steps, I guess, on in and picks up 6 points. Another 6 for the Pikeville Panthers. That brings their score up to 34-7.
I never would have thought this.
Danny Estep that time showing his power as a running back. He was hit on about the 3 and just bulled into the end zone. Took about 2 blue jerseys with him at him.
Yeah, that's what it looked like he did. Have no problem.
Looks like the Panthers are going for the extra 2 points.
Look there. Look there. You can't get any easier than that right there.
That was to number 32, Kevin Lockhart. And that brings their score to 36-7. The Pikeville Panthers on top of Harrodsburg and the Pioneers. 5:06 left to go in the second quarter. This is TV5. You know us and love us, WPRG Sports.
Where there's problem water, East Kentucky Water is the answer. From stainless steel pumps to quality Hague water conditioners to custom systems to drinking water appliances. East Kentucky Water has the best quality equipment and trained personnel to get the job done right. Sales, rentals, or rent-to-own on water conditioners. In-house financing. Our free in-home water analysis is just a toll-free telephone call away at 1-800-521-PUMP. That's 1-800-521-7867 for East Kentucky Water of Pikeville.
Joined us. Our score is 36-7. The Pikeville Panthers out on top of the Pioneers from Harrodsburg, and that's where we are tonight, here in Harrodsburg, just outside of Lexington. And the Pikeville Panthers kick it out of the end zone again, so Harrodsburg will bring it out to their own 20-yard line as the little fella goes out to pick up the ball outside the end zone there.
I tell you, there's no doubt that Estep's legs loose tonight. He's getting 4 yardage he can get out. As many games we've done of Pikeville this year, I've never seen him kick like this.
Well, they say kicking a football is a lot like a golf swing. You have to have the good follow through and everything. I wonder if he's good at golf.
That one.
He doesn't holler 4 before he kicks, though. That's a good indication.
There's a sack.
A lot of rush under pressure in the backfield. Thompson, there's the pass. Almost intercepted.
Keith Lockhart that time for the Panthers coming across the field and come right in front of the Harrodsburg receiver, and I thought he
had a fine chance.
Oh, he had a fine chance. Just if he drug his foot, he would have been inbounds and have been an excellent field position for the Panthers.
Well, the clock is down just under 5 minutes now.
So
Let's go second quarter.
Looks like Coach Allaire is giving some of his starters a breather here the last of the second quarter, right before halftime, and you know, I'm sure he's not conceding that he's won the game, but I think he's trying to get a little blow in there for his starters.
There's Thompson with a keeper himself. Tried to run it out of there. I believe that was just a misread play. They caught him back in the backfield and knocked him down about the 15-yard line.
That's Liam Parrish on the play. He's a 5'9", 170-pound sophomore there playing Shane Allaire's end. And,
big play for him.
Yeah, big play for him. And plus Shane's over there resting. And looks like it, Pikeville guys has come in here and decided that they're going to play football. There's nobody going to keep them from going to Louisville.
That's exactly right.
And you know, it's a sight to see. Yes. Oh, it's a great football feeling for the eastern part of the state.
3rd and 15 now. Thompson goes back to pass. Ooh, boy.
That's good protection.
Number 30. Or he made it up to about the 30-yard line.
Oh, they're giving him a good spot.
Be close to the first down.
They're giving him a good spot.
Did you see that hit he played on him? That was a nasty hit.
Oh, Lord, they give him a good spot. Whew.
That was Adam Brown, by the way, on the reception there. And that does give Harrodsburg a first down.
Again, he had good pass protection on that. When you get good pass protection, things are going to happen. The quarterback's going to find these receivers.
Ball spotted on the 30-yard line. Thompson waiting for the snap. Gets it, hands off to number 22, Terry Dunn. He wrestles his way around, manages to get up to about the 43-yard line.
Looked like good line surge that time from the right side of the Harrodsburg line. Mr. Dunn showing his speed earlier in the game, and then right there showed some of his power running.
They gave him a good spot on that one too, almost the 45-yard line. About a foot short of 45, I guess. 1st and 10. Thompson checks his backfield, waits for the snap, gets it, goes back to pass under a lot of pressure, and his intended receiver there was number 42, Jermaine Dunn.
I tell you, he had two Pikeville Panthers players hard on his pursuit, and then here out of the corner of his eyes, big D'Anthony Holmaker running full steam toward him. He had to hurry and get rid of that ball.
That's a sight that not many fellows on this football team would like to see. I'm sure a lot of people up in the press box would like to see D'Anthony coming at you.
Well, he was there. He definitely got through the line in a hurry that time.
No gain on that one. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 44 for the Pioneers from Harrodsburg. Thompson. Reverse again. Caught in the backfield, but he slips away. That's number 3. Boy, he just keeps going back and back and back and not able to pick up anything whatsoever.
That was good defense.
Ethan Ellswick that time come up from his corner position, wasn't fooled, and come up and made a hit on Harrodsburg.
Heck, that reverse didn't even fool me up here in the press box. Usually they're so swift about it, he'll fool everybody, but shit, you can see that coming.
Well, we're glad to see on the other side of the field over there, the Pikeville High School band showed up, so they're over there cheering the team on as well. And you can see the Pikeville High School cheerleaders. A welcomed addition to this location, I guess. There's Thompson under pressure again. He just basically throws that one away. He threw in a lot of traffic again.
Tell you, number 11, he seems to be all over the passes. Again, he had just a couple steps up, and he was wide open for that interception.
Pressure has been a big thing for Harrodsburg. They haven't been able to give their quarterback time to set up and throw the football. I know Coach Johnson's run a lot of misdirection plays to try to give his quarterback a chance to throw, and I think that the Harrodsburg staff knows that they're not going to run on this big Pikeville defense.
That does bring up a 4th down situation. Pioneers forced to kick this one away, and they kick it over the head of Evangelista and Lockhart. And he should have let that one go on down just a little bit further. The referee standing down there on the 5-yard line, and Pikeville does not come out of this one. at all with any decent field position.
Has a fine punt that time from number 72 on Harrodsburg. That is Webb Baker, and he's a big tackle for Harrodsburg. When the punt formation, he goes back and kicks the ball. I think that he had that first punt on his mind, Adam, where he got blocked, and he got a quick one out there and a good roll.
He definitely got his leg into that, and again, might see Pikeville trying to come out with a couple of passes here to get out of the hole a little bit.
Yeah, we've only got 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. So, but as soon as we say that, they keep it on the ground. E-step with a carry up to about, we'll call that about the 10-yard line, 12 possibly.
I don't think Coach Lyre's going to do anything fancy in this field position. He's up 29 points. He got a minute and 46 seconds to go. He's keep the ball on the ground and probably going to halftime satisfied with that big lead.
I know I'd be satisfied. There really isn't no need for him to. I mean, if I was him, just like you, I'd just keep it on the ground and go in halftime with a lead like this. I'd be very happy.
He's got an ace backfield this time. Evangelista, there he goes.
Yeah, Evangelista got a flag in the backfield, though. Evangelista with carry around the right side, makes it up to about the 16, but there is a flag in the backfield there. May have hurt Harrodsburg player over there on the other side of the field. He's rolling around a little bit out there. That's number 76, Mike Hensley.
And that's something, again, that we haven't seen much of tonight, is players down the field hurt. Because when you got this good warm weather, everybody gets loose and they're more injury-free, I guess you could say.
1:17 left to go in the second quarter of play, as Dr. Adams tells us a little bit about playing in the warm and the cold. You played in the gym a lot, basketball, yeah?
Yeah, but you have your warm gyms and you have your cold gyms.
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah. I mean, some gyms you can get good and loose and play good, and then some you just stay stiff, it seems like. It's a big factor if you think about it.
Talking about gymnasiums, we should have quite a bit of basketball action coming up here on WPRG here in the next little bit.
Yep. They're going to be starting, I believe, next week. Going to be starting with some high school basketball action. And you never know, maybe after tonight, we may be going to Louisville next week. And I guess from all indications so far that we will be going to Louisville next week to see the Pikeville Panthers play. Dr. Don, the general manager.
We'll try like heck if we don't.
Oh, yeah. The PRG is filming the contest tonight. Don, what about the basketball season? We got a lot coming up, don't we?
Yeah, we sure do, Kevin. We got a lot of basketball coming up, and you're going to be seeing us do a lot of Floyd County basketball in the McDowell area. And understand, talking to Adam, that McDowell should have a real strong team this year. December the 6th, we'll be doing Allen Central at McDowell. That'll be our high school basketball game for Floyd County basketball.
Okay, and we'll be talking to Don a little bit later on as the evening progresses. But there was a carry right there by the Pikeville Panthers, not able to pick up the first down. I believe they're just letting the old clock tick down. Going into halftime here in just a few minutes. We've just got 50 seconds left to go in the second quarter of play. 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers.
It's been a good half for Pikeville's offense, and their defense, both sides of the ball. Pikeville's just played a great ball game so far.
Ooh. It's number 32 on the carry, Kevin Lockhart. And they chopped him about the knees and flipped him forward.
Again, with the way Pikeville's been moving the ball and their awesome defense so far, now I can't see any way that they just slip.
Not unless something big-time bad goes wrong. 22 seconds now left to go in the second quarter of play. The crowd's kind of quiet. Even the Pikeville folks on the other side are kind of quiet at this point.
There's a whistle on the play, and looks like we had some kind of movement inside on the tackle there for Pikeville.
Yeah. It is against the Pikeville Panthers.
Yeah, wind's trying to pick up a little bit.
It's a little chilly, too.
Yeah, it's getting just a little bit chilly.
I noticed Donnie got his jacket on. Came in here with a short sleeve shirt on.
That wind did pick up quite a bit, and I decided it was time to get something on my arms.
Clock down now to 10 seconds left to go. May get this one snap off. And there we go.
Look here, look here, look here.
Got Evangelista on the carry. Oh, made it up to about the 35-yard line. Not much more. It looked like he may have had a little bit of running room. But nonetheless, it's halftime. The Pikeville Panthers with a comfortable lead going into halftime. 36-7 over Harrodsburg here in the semifinals of the Class A high school football playoffs. We'll take a break and be back with some halftime festivities in just a moment. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
A great evening now. The Log Cabin Restaurant and Lounge and Eastern Kentucky Sports are a winning combination. Before the big game, enjoy mouth-watering steak, succulent seafood, piping hot baked potato, fresh salad, and homemade bread. Or you can stop by after the game to celebrate a rousing victory and listen to a fantastic mix of oldies but goodies and up-to-the-minute hits by a live DJ. The Log Cabin Restaurant and Lounge, Town Mountain Road, Pikeville, Kentucky, or phone 437-9918 in advance for reservations.
Some people say I'm a bit old-fashioned, but hey, I'm a classic cruiser. I get yesterday's service today. Remember when you pulled up to the pumps and you got a lot more than gas? Like a friendly welcome and a free windshield wash when you found out whether your oil was at a safe level. Cruise up to a Rogers full service station and get yesterday's service today with the full service treatment. Autobahn downtown, Crossroads Plaza, Blue and Gray and South Mayo Train.
Good kicker right there. It's just a nice return by the Harrodsburg player.
So Harrodsburg will moving on up to the 30-yard line with 11:52 left to go in the third quarter. This second half of action just underway. Thompson under center, hands off around the left side there. I'm not sure who that was. 22 Terry Dunn.
Pikeville's defense storms out and just picks up right where they left off. Pikeville that time looked like they slanted to the wide side of the field where Dunn ran, and Anthony Hollinaker and Jason Blackburn there slanted, and you're talking about 500 to 600 pounds slanting against the play.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, if a feller got cold out here tonight, he wouldn't have no problem being up here in this press box. Let's go over and get you a couple of them hot wings.
You took care of some of those during halftime.
Oh, yeah.
There's a complete pass to number 26, Roger Brown. A little bit of running room down to the 30, 20. Drugged down at about the 12-yard line by number 24. That's Nathan Ellswick for the Pikeville Panthers. Number 26, Roger Brown, was one on the carry that time.
Hey, that was a big reception for him. After he caught it, he just went to business, turned on his speed, and just about broke it.
Well, if you remember, during where Harrodsburg's only score of the evening came on a play just basically exactly the same as that one. It's just a pass play that turned into big yardage.
Coach Alvin Johnson, I was wondering at halftime if he was going to try anything different, because when you go in 29 points down, you definitely have to throw the game plan out the window and
get to gamble.
Yeah, and try something different against a team that's dominated you, such as Pikeville has them.
1st and 10, ball on the 10. Thompson gets a snap, hand off up the middle there, gain of about maybe 1.
I don't know, but I have a feeling that Pikeville's definitely going to hold them right here from the score, but they might bring out 3 points. But I just have that feeling, because both the big plays for Harrodsburg, both plays that they've advanced on tonight have been the bigger plays.
Mm-hmm.
But being down this close, I believe Pikeville's defense is going to keep them out.
Well, it would be nice right here to show that they do have the capability of holding a defensive stance. And this is really when it counts, when they're down deep in your own territory. Thompson goes back. He's got a fellow wide open in the end zone there. Almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted, then almost recepted.
That's number 32, Kevin Lockhart. And, boy, he came from out of nowhere to catch up with him.
Yes, he did. He come from his weak safety position over to the sideline, and the corner that time, the quarterback rolled around to the left, and the corner had to come up and give run support. And, Kevin Lockhart come from nowhere, and he missed the ball, and Harrodsburg had a chance to receive it.
Well, it looks like Adams' prediction of a defensive stance here by Pikeville may come true. It's 3rd and 9 now. Thompson's going back to pass again under a heck of a lot of pressure. Throws it too high.
Good defense.
His intended receiver there was number 97, Adam Brown.
I tell you, the Harrodsburg coaching staff wanted interference on that, but I believe that's just flat-out good defense on Pikeville's part.
Good tight coverage.
Danny Eastep that time come free and gave a little chug there on the quarterback for Harrodsburg. Number 5, Erwin Thompson, after the ball had left his hands, and he didn't quite like Mr. Eastep being up in his face.
I tell you, Harrodsburg, they're not going to settle for 3 points. 3 points ain't going to help them at this point.
Ball's on the 9, 4th down and 8. He's going to go back and pass again under a lot of pressure. Slips a couple of tackles. But number 63 for the Pikeville Panthers able to catch up with him and pull him on down.
That sack had to be credited to the Pikeville secondary, though. Fine coverage back there, and Thompson couldn't find anyone open, and eventually the big line of Pikeville will come through and make a stop.
He had his pass protection there for a minute, but you can't sit back there all day looking for somebody to pass to. Eventually you're going to get tackled.
So the Pikeville Panthers take it over down in the around the 15-yard line, I guess it is. Back to pass. Just over Murray Garvin's hands.
And you see right there that Harrodsburg respects Murray Garvin with the cushion that number 9 there for Harrodsburg was giving Garvin. That's Bobby Minix. He had a 5 to 6 yard cushion on Garvin, afraid that Garvin's going to run by him.
You can't let Garvin have any kind of leeway on you, especially when they're running. The Pikeville Panthers are running things that they've run tonight, the plays that they've run tonight. They've been successful in the air and on the ground. You can tell that by the score. Blair back to pass again.
Good pass.
He finds
Christian
number
Cottle.
10, Christian Cottle.
I tell you, here's a falling back on that and just rocked it, put it right in his chest.
You have a penalty flag back at about the 9-yard line.
It's more likely it looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Panthers.
Here comes Charles Kirkover.
Personal foul.
Somebody got caught a little bit, maybe the officials are really cracking down on blows to the head now in high school athletics football, and maybe had a blow to the head that time with the block.
Those personal foul penalties are really doozies too. A lot of yardage on those.
Yeah, it's really drove Pikeville back a couple yards.
Pikeville started out here back in the deepest, probably the deepest they've started to drive since the game started, and we had there at the end of the first half, they had the ball in this position and tried to grind the ball out before halftime. And looks like Coach Howard and Coach O'Leary is trying to mix up a few things in here and just getting their ball club ready for Louisville.
Well, 2nd down and 17 now. Ball on the 7-yard line. There's a handoff around the right side to Lockhart. Makes it up to, we'll call that about the 18. Or excuse me, no, about the 13, we'll call that.
I tell you, when you're in high school sports, no matter what it is, whenever it gets around time for the state tournament and anything, it's just got to be a feeling for the kids to be able to go and be in that.
They're keeping us well fed up here. Isn't that right, Donnie?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 11 now.
Oh. I don't know if that was drawn or not, but I bet your whole line jumped.
Well, while we do have a chance, let's recognize our sponsors, shall we? Folks over at Pikeville Methodist Hospital, Jerry's Restaurant, Busy Bee Septic Service, Log Cabin Restaurant, Creative Expressions, Rogers Self-Service, One Stop Market, Kentucky Power Company, and East Kentucky Water. They're among the sponsors that are bringing you the football game tonight between the Pikeville Panthers and Harrodsburg Pioneers. And we've got another flag down. 2 penalties, the same origin, right in a row there. That one's against the Pikeville Panthers.
Looked like Christian Cottle that time wanted to start his pass pattern before the ball was snapped, and we'll end up in the same situation now, 3rd and about 11 there for the Panthers, where they had 3rd and 6, and probably Coach O'Hara felt a lot comfortable with the running situation there.
3rd down and 11. Blair back to pass. He's got Lockhart open around the left side.
He got nailed.
He had the ball in his hands, but I think he looked to see what was coming at him and let the ball go. And number 12 there for, that's Clay Devine.
Good pass protection. I tell you, he was wide open, but he paid for it.
He got popped.
Mr. Devine decided that he's going to introduce himself there, but he hasn't been heard from all night, and he decided he's going to introduce himself to one of the Panthers.
Introduce he did.
Pikeville Panthers forced to punt this one away. A bad snap. So Shane Lira, he kind of runs around the right side, but he got a dandy kickoff under pressure.
Look at what a roll, look what a roll.
He rolls down about the 25-yard line. Tedrick Evangelista comes and jumps on it on about the 27, 28-yard line. And boy, that was really good recovery there by Shane Alera. He was under a heck of a lot of pressure, fumbled the ball, fumbled the snap, started to run around the right side, and he said, no, I better go ahead and kick this. My dad might get mad at me.
Yeah, he ended up getting about a 25-yard row on that after it landed.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Dandy play.
You know, he's made 2 smart plays tonight that, you know, you wouldn't expect out of somebody, out of a ball player. That he's had a bad snap, he's taken the ball, and he made the big first down run. Then he gets the bad snap also there, and ends up in about a 48 to 50-yard punt.
1st down and 10 now for Harrodsburg. There's a handoff to number 26, Roger Brown.
Hey, number 50, or number 60, 63 on Pikeville's defense was right to close the gap in that time and made the nice tackle.
That's James Weddington, who he did make a fine tackle there. He's come from his middle linebacker position.
He's been in on a lot this year on this Pikeville defensive squad. Heard his name quite a bit this season. Back to pass, Thompson.
Interception! Yes! Look here!
Oh!
God almighty! You're going wild!
Interception. He was
the big man
about to be tackled. About to be tackled. Did he flip that out? I didn't catch it. It looked like he flipped it. Tried to get it to E-step.
The Anthony Honaker there, he smart heads up play. He gets the interception, but then you can tell he hasn't run the ball a whole lot this year. He tries to have a forward lateral.
Well, he's got 6 points on the year at the Pikeville Belfry game. He scored a touchdown.
Oh, yes. Put a little excitement in this game somehow.
Yeah. I can see his grin from up here at the press box right now as he's having a good time.
They give it to the Pikeville Panthers on about the 28-yard line.
I gave it to him where he tried to lateral attack.
Artie Blair takes a snap, hands off to Ratliff. Gets up to about the 26-yard line.
Tell you, Ratliff, he's just been able to find the holes all night. He's been getting some good blocking, and he's getting 5 and 6, 7 yards at a time.
Clock down now to 6:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 36-7 is our score. 2nd down and 4. Ball on the 27 for the Panthers. Tedrick Evangelista running around the right side, picks up the 1st down and a few yards extra. Call that about the 15-yard line.
It was Mike Hensley that time on the tackle for the Harrodsburg Pioneers. Good hustle that time from his tackle position.
They're going to spot the ball on about the 17. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Blair checks his backfield. Goes back, keeps it himself under a lot of pressure, doesn't get anywhere. Maybe a gain of about a yard at the most.
Mr. Blair that time's going to have a word with Darrell Ratliff. He wasn't looking for the pitch that time, and JP had to take the ball and get what he could out of it.
You don't see many plays like that out of the Pikeville Panthers.
I tell you, Kevin and Don, with under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter and a lead of 29, you got to be feeling pretty good about your chances. Wouldn't you say? I'd say
not bad at all.
I'd say some of the
E-step, touchdown. Oh, fumble. Danny E-step was in a little bit of a hurry to get into the end zone that time, and his feet were ahead of his hands. He just left the ball about a yard behind him there, and Harrodsburg able to jump out on it, but that's not a really big turnover at this point in the contest.
No, especially where Harrodsburg's going to be so far backed up. It's just not much of one. They would have liked to score there, I'm sure, but they still got a pretty padded lead.
I'd like to invite you to stay tuned, because after this contest, we're going to have all the post-game activities. I'll head down on the field here late in the fourth quarter and pick up some stuff after the Pikeville Panthers put this one in the bag, unless something goes wrong. They've got a comfortable lead right now, 36-7, but we would like for you to stay tuned for that. I'm sure they'll have some post-game trophy type deals, so we'll bring you that and some post-game interviews. We'll talk to Coach Bill Alera and try to catch up with that Rick Bentley guy at the News Express. I'm sure he's here somewhere. He said he would be here. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him anywhere. Yeah, there he is. I see him over there. See the flag stick? That's not Rick, but he's right beside it.
Good D. Excellent defense that time on Pikeville. They just collapsed over to the sideline, and he didn't have nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was Roger Brown on the carry.
What I liked about the E-Step's fumble there, if you noticed, D'Anthony Honaker, after the play had been blown dead and the team was getting back on the defensive side, D'Anthony goes up to Danny E-Step and pats him on the back, says, "That's all right, let's go. That's over with. Let's play. We got to play defense now. Hold them back here." So, that's good chemistry on a team like Pikeville, and that's what it takes in order to get to a state championship game.
That's what they've had for the past 3 trips they've made to Louisville. Skipped last year, but they're back this year, and from indications of this score, they're on their way again. There's a big pass.
11
almost
again.
intercepted.
Lockhart again has just been all over the place tonight. They've been several chances for him to intercept the ball.
And right now would be the game he'd like to do that in, I'm sure.
I'm sure Keith Lockhart's he's played a heck of a ball game. I'm sure he wished he had a couple of them balls in his hands, but he's been in the right position. He just hasn't made the catch.
Tell you what, Pikeville's going to be starting in excellent field position after. Oh, that's straight up in there.
Out of bounds, about the 30.
So Pikeville's going to be starting in excellent field position. 23-yard line.
That's where they're going to spot it. Not bad at all.
Don't look like they're going to waste any time getting up to the ball and getting a playoff. Look like they're gave the line a little rest here when it's 1st and 10 from the 23.
Well, J.J. Bailey's only been in on one
possession. That's a touchdown right there. Sure enough.
Garvin in for the touchdown.
You got hands like that, there ain't no doubt.
Watch him. He just fell down in the end zone back there.
When you're a type of receiver he is, and you can put a pass up for him like that, it's going to be touchdown if you're in the end zone.
He's got that height, too, 6'4", 185 pounds.
You think he ain't had a heck of a game? Not once. He's called about 3 two-point conversions. And
two good passes.
Yeah, and a few good passes tonight. I'll tell you, he's had a heck of a game. And, of course, you got to credit J.P. Byer, too, for his passes.
But we were talking about J.J. Bailey. He's only been in on one possession in this game. Estep with the extra point attempt. It's up, and it's good. So our score with 4:11 left to go in the third quarter of play. The Pikeville Panthers with a super-duper commanding lead right now over Harrodsburg, 43-7. We'll take a break and be back with more in just a moment. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
It happens to be a well-known fact that One Stop Market and Wholesale Tobacco is the hub of Hyde County. One Stop Market gives people the convenience, selection, and all the other good stuff they need. They have Western Union. You can pay your South Central telephone bills there. Drive-through window for groceries. One Stop Market has a photocopy center. If you have any pictures, special pictures that you treasure, One Stop Market Copy Center can reproduce them in color. One Stop Market, conveniently located off the 4-lane on US 23 North, or phone 432-5959.
Well, we're getting ready. The Pikeville Panthers, Danny Estep, going to be kicking off to Harrodsburg after putting another 7 points on the board. 43-7 our score. We're in the third quarter of play, 4:11 left to go. Estep with a kick. Nice high kick off to the right side, taking it about the 7-yard line. That's used running around the right side. Gets to about the 25-yard line.
Say another dandy kick from Estep.
Looked like good coverage that time by the Pikeville Panthers.
Good special teams on that play. Golly, that wind's picking up, and it is chilly.
It'll be first and 10 for the Panthers. Looks like on about the 27.
I thought of that too.
We got a little
private joke
insider joke going on here. I'm sure they'll share it with us later.
Oh, yeah. Thompson under center, waiting for the snap, gets it, pitch back there to number 42, Jermaine Dunn. Around the left side, almost gets first down, actually about a 2-yard shy, up to about the 35-yard line.
I tell you, we've heard a pretty good lot of Jermaine tonight. It's been in quite a lot of action.
Jermaine, Terry, and there was another Dunn on here somewhere. Chad
Dunn. He's injured. He was their leading scorer and leading ground gainer, and you know, he did a lot of things for him, and broke his leg last week in the quarterfinal game here.
Second down and 3. There's Dunn on the carry again.
Looks like a Pioneer first down.
You're pretty safe in saying anytime there's a carry, you can say that was Dunn on the carry.
Yeah.
Your chances of getting that right are pretty good.
He's about like, I guess, similar to the Newsoms were at Virgie one time.
Newsom on the carry.
Christian Cottle that time for Pikeville still in there at defensive end, come across and made a fine play on Dunn.
Under a lot of pressure, Thompson, a little short dipsy doodle pass. Roger Brown, he makes it up to about the 50, maybe the 49.
I tell you, as you mentioned before the game, Don, this Harrodsburg team's got plenty of quickness, don't they?
They've got plenty of quickness out there, Adam. It's just a matter of getting the quickness outside of the Pikeville ends to let them do something with it. It's, you know, I have to give credit to Madison Helvey and Christian Carlos, Shane Alara. They've turned everything inside to Pikeville's muscle.
That's true. That is true.
Ball on the 47, first and 10. Brown around the left side. Picks up a couple of yards to about the 45-yard line. He swept out really wide left there and actually went back about 4 or 5 yards before he made his cut.
Well, you know, he finally got outside of the containment, but again, here comes the corner up. Number 24 there for the Panthers. That is Nathan Ellswick. He comes up and turns it back inside. And, you know, when you're fundamentally sound as a ball club, as such as a ball club as Pikeville is, you know, you're very seldom going to find a flaw in their armor.
I believe that's Terry Spears on the other side of the field there with the News Express. Glad to see that he made the trip over this way, too.
Oh, surely not. There ain't no way.
One waves it off.
Oh, Lord, that was pitiful.
One waves it off and one says it's a catch.
Oh, if they rule out a catch, that's pitiful.
They're going to review this. The Panthers, well,
We play no review in this league.
No, they ain't no reviewing. Instant replay right here.
But that was a poor call. That thing bounced 2 times.
Ball on the 28, 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Dunn on the carry.
I tell you, from Pikeville, when we've done our games, we've seen a lot more passing out of them than what we've seen tonight. Of course, their ground game's working. I'd stay with it, but we've seen a lot more passing out of them. And Harrodsburg, they really took advantage of the passing tonight. They passed time after time.
And Pikeville's ground game is working without their big gun.
Right.
JJ.
Of course, they're, yeah, that's true. That's true.
2nd and 6. Dunn up the middle again. Makes it up to about the 14-yard line.
I'll tell you what, with this 3rd quarter kicking out, I believe the Dunns is about done for the season. Boy, I'm looking at it.
The Dunns are done.
Stick a fork in them.
You're having turkey flashbacks there, Adam.
Oh, Lord, don't mention that word.
Thompson back to pass, goes deep into the end zone. Ooh, excellent pass coverage again. He had it right in his hands. That was number 97, Adam Brown for Harrodsburg. Had it right in his hands, but guess who was there to break it up? Nathan Ellswick.
He's been all over the field tonight.
Him and Mr. Lockhart back there, number 11, is, you know, really anchored the Pikeville secondary tonight. And
dandy pass coverage.
Oh, they've made good drops, and they've sprinted to the ball and reading the quarterback, Mr. Thompson there. Pikeville, I believe, Pikeville's come along a long way in the last 3 weeks on their defense.
There's Dunn on the carry. Will sweep around the right side, makes it to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I believe you're talking about their defense coming out along there when me and Kevin was doing the Kaywood game. I got a chance to talk to Coach Bill there after the game, and he was talking about how his defense was kind of slow in that game, and he said that was going to be his main focus toward the end of the season. And as we can see, looks like he's really worked with his defense.
Well, that brings an end to the 3rd quarter of play. Our score, the Pikeville Panthers 43, Harrodsburg Pioneers 7. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Heating costs less with an electric heat pump. When you install your electric heat pump, you'll be using less energy for heating, and your heating bill will be cut in half. You have a much more clean and even heat, for the temperature is constant and much more draft-free. If you would like to heat your home for less, call us today at the Kentucky Power Company. Call 437-3777.
Say Louisville bound?
I believe it'll be pretty safe. Yes, he got it this time. That could be a score.
Lockhart.
Turn it on.
Lockhart on the run. Horse race.
Block. Oh.
Knocked down about the 40-yard line.
The one person that we talk about who hasn't done much in the secondary tonight is Mr. Lockhart's brother, and that is
talk about one of them, then the other
Kevin.
finally comes up with the big play, and
Kevin Lockhart grabs it and returns on a 60-yard interception, returned down to the 40-yard line of the Harrodsburg Pioneers.
You can't say enough about this Pikeville team. Their defense, offense, special teams, everything's been superb tonight.
Excellent play, everybody. 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the Harrodsburg 40. Blair, pitch back to Evangelista, little stutter step, continues to go around the left side, breaks a couple of tackles, look at him.
Yeah.
Makes it down to about the 25, maybe the 24.
tell you right there's a guy that's got plenty of speed. Boy, it sure does. That helped you.
He was under a heck of a lot of pressure back there. Had at least 4 Harrodsburg defenders right on his tail, and he stutter-stepped and juked around back there and slipped the tackles and made a big gain.
Well, stutter step and take off to the sideline, use your speed to outrun most of the blue jerseys at that side.
Looks like the ball's on about the, call that the 28-yard line. There's a handoff to Helvey. Makes it up to about the 20. 5-yard gain.
I tell you, besides the players all being happy and got that certain feeling about going to the state, you got your parents up there too. It's poured with them all year, and you know they got to have that feeling too.
Well, that's true. You know, anytime you see a ball player out there on the field, you know that their parents are behind them. They're to support these kids 100% in the Pikeville area.
It was Ratliff on the carry. Gain of about 1 maybe. Makes it back to the line of scrimmage at least.
I'm impressed with Darryl Ratliff. This makes, outside of the game he played against me, this makes about the second game I've seen him play, and you know, he's a fine back, and I'm sure Coach O'Leary will be glad to have him back next year.
I'd say you're right.
3rd down and 2, ball on the 20. Blair hands off to Estep.
Oh, God.
Boy, there was bodies flipping around there. Estep makes it up to about the 17.
It just shows the Harrodsburg Pioneers hasn't quit yet.
Yeah. Estep had the momentum going there, and I believe they just banged heads, and the Harrodsburg fella lost. Flipped him up on his end there.
I tell you, the Harrodsburg crowd, they're sticking right with it too. They're gonna give this game just a little longer.
Well, when you had the season that Harrodsburg's had, I'm sure they don't want to see it come to an end, regardless of what the score is.
Ratliff around the left side makes it to about the 10-yard line. Clock down to 9:40 left to go in this contest. 43-7 is our score. The Pikeville Panthers with a commanding, I want to go to Louisville lead at this point.
I'm going to Louisville lead.
No kidding. All kidding aside, it looks like the Panthers are going to Louisville unless they just completely fall apart, and
there's no way.
What would you think? What would you think that Adam, they could be preparing themselves for Beechwood?
Well, again, that's probably who they're going to be playing, and you know that their secondary. Of course, you see Pikeville's going there. You know their secondary of Pikeville. They've played next game tonight, but I hear Beechwood's got an awesome pass attack, so I'd say it's going to be their main concern.
And that was another dandy contest this weekend. Beechwood, and were they playing Heath?
Heath.
So that's, Beechwood will probably be the one that Pikeville plays next week up in Louisville. In the meantime, though, you watched Darryl Ratliff there put another 6 on the board for Pikeville. Estep is going to try the extra point attempt. Kick is up. Plenty high enough, right between the uprights. So our score now, what is it?
50. It's 50.
The scoreboard keeps a clicking over there. 50-7 is their score. The Panthers on top of the Pioneers from Harrodsburg. 9:08 left to go in the 4th quarter. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Sound City is the music store of the future with the largest and the very best selection of music anywhere in Eastern Kentucky. Sound City has thousands of CDs, compact discs, and cassettes to choose from. Rock, country, blues, gospel, bluegrass, and classical music. Check out your favorite hot new releases first. Get the new music at the Sound City. Listen to the music before you buy in the listing booths. The Sound City Decor is a sight and sound that you will never forget. Hot music and hot fashions. Sound City has boom boxes and all your musical accessories. And now movie rentals. Rent the very latest movies at the Sound City. Sound City is located in downtown Pikeville. Stop by or call 432-5174.
Could you have wondered it? 50-7 is our score. In the 4th quarter play, 9:08 left to go.
Boom.
Wrapped up by 3 Pikeville players. Dunn on the carry. That was Terry Dunn. Going to spot the ball on about the 22.
And again, you can just look out in this Harrodsburg crowd, and they're slowly but surely heading out. And I guess they'll be looking forward to basketball season coming up.
Well, you never thought this. I mean, coming down, we was talking about coming down too. We thought a 2-touchdown ball game, and we thought Pipeman would win the ball game. But in my wildest dreams, I never thought Pipeman would have dominated the way they have at Harrodsburg.
This shows how excellent this Pikeville Panther team is. We saw an example similar to this one earlier in the season, and Adam knows that game pretty well. The Pikeville-Belfry game. Belfry was favored by 3 points. Pikeville went in there and beat them. I can't remember what the final is, 60 to something. 60 to 14, I think, or something like that. But a heck of a football contest.
I believe this Pikeville team, they thrive on I mean, they just thrive on pressure. That's what you can say. And it just makes them that much better, it seems to be.
Well, Clay Devine is the quarterback now for Harrodsburg. And he's under a heck of a lot of pressure.
Oh, Fran Tarkington.
He's got a little running room.
Hey-ho, boys.
Makes it up to about the 27-yard line.
I like Fran Tarkington. He goes to the right, rolls to the left, rolls to the right, and finally he finds a seam and goes up through the middle of the Pikeville defense and gets first down for the Harrodsburg Pioneers.
7:40 left now to go in the fourth quarter of action. Ball's on the 36.
Looks like Coach of ours put in some of his junior varsity here.
And isn't that something to be able to play your anybody other than your starters in postseason play?
It's a big advantage. You're talking about semifinals here in Class A playoffs, and you're able to play your junior varsity in, and when the junior varsity gets into a semifinals of the state playoffs, they don't next year.
That's where you get your experience.
They're not going to be satisfied with a mediocre season. They felt this, they've experienced this, and they won't be back in it next year.
A lot of these kids on the Pikeville Panther team, the seniors this year, were on the first state championship team, and you never know. They may have got a little experience there. Get to play a little bit too.
I tell you, the secondary for Pikeville's just been outspoken tonight. They've done an excellent job. Again, that's number 24.
Nathan Ellsworth.
He's just been all over the place on defense. Sure has.
And if you think of one position or one area that Pikeville needs to shore up before they go into Louisville, is the secondary, with Beechwood averaging 35 times passing the ball.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, we're getting plenty of practice on tonight because Harrodsburg's kind of relying on the passing right now, I believe. I believe they've kind of found out that the running game wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah, they're starting to go to the air. A heck of a lot. Starting to flip coins up here. Yeah, we were talking about Pikeville going on to Louisville next week. We hope to be there. Not really sure what the High School Athletic Association will say about that. I think had some problems last year going to the finals of the Class A championship, or maybe 2 years ago it was. Dunn on the carry. Down to the 40. 35 before he's wrapped up and knocked down.
I tell you, it'd be a shame not to be able to go down and watch them in the final game after we've followed them most of this year. We've done a good many other games, and it'd just be a shame not to be able to go down. And you know it's going to be a great contest. It's not going to be nothing like this, I can just about tell you.
Oh, Beechwood and Pikeville would be a dandy contest, and I'm sure Beechwood would be the toughest team that Pikeville's faced.
Oh, no
this
doubt,
year.
no doubt. Of course, in the rankings in the Pikeville paper, I mean not the Pikeville paper, but the Lexington Herald has Beechwood on top of Pikeville. That's the interception right there.
That went out of bounds. They've got the tomahawk chop, the Pikeville Panthers, over on the other side of the field.
That's all right.
Watch them do the hawk chop. There's Rick Bentley.
There he is.
Going to try to catch up with him during our post-game festivities. In fact, tell you what, fellas, I'll probably turn things over to you here in a few minutes, and I'll head on down and try to get some stuff.
Looks like Harrodsburg's trying to put together one final drive here, just a little, at least for the respect. You know, they've had good success throwing the ball this series, but the ground game in a couple big plays, screen pass, and you know, the scramble by Devine has helped them keep the drive alive.
Yeah, it seems like the closer they get down in Pikeville territory, the harder, better Pikeville's defense is playing. Just like right there, for instance. Of course, they got the first down on that play.
That was Terry Dunn on the carry.
I'm on that last one.
I don't think artificial surface will next week in Louisville will affect the Panthers any, because you know, it helps speed teams, and but with so much power that the front line of Pikeville has, I don't think that any surface would hurt the Panthers at this point. Devine, he's trying to find somebody open. He's got number 26 there for Pioneers, and that's Roger Brown. Looks like he's going to be out of bounds somewhere around the 24-yard line.
Tell you, that was a goodie play by Devine that time. He was pressured, and he just kind of lofted it off there, and looks like he still ended up a couple yards short of where they line of scrimmage.
Ball spotted on about the 24-yard line.
Where is it? They don't know yet.
Clock stopped at 4:11. Second down and 12 for Harrodsburg.
Goes Brown in motion to the right.
Brown with the reception. Makes it up to about the 13. Close to a first down.
Trick play. That's the first time Harrodsburg sent anybody in motion. Send it over to Brown, and then throwing the ball in the flats and let his athletic ability take over from there.
Well, the clock keeps ticking on down. 3:40 left to go. Third down and 2. Ball's on the 25.
Had a lady come around, asked us if there's anything she could do with us coming down there to Louisville. Just give her a call.
Touchdown.
Never know what a fella talk about in a game like this.
Our score now 50-13. Pikeville still on top. Going for the two-point conversion. Passes up and batted down. So that remains our score with 3:23 left to go in the contest. 50-13 is our score. Pikeville on top of Harrodsburg. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Time goes by so fast. For the past 65 years, Methodist Hospital of Kentucky has been committed to excellence in health care. Time brings change, and we're moving ahead, providing the latest in diagnostic specialties, psychiatric services, and surgical techniques. Getting patients back to their normal lives is the reason we offer physical and occupation therapy and cardiopulmonary rehabilitation. At Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, we work side by side to deliver quality health care to our region. Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, high-tech, high-touch, quality caring.
course, Adam Gerhard along with Don Daniels, while Kevin Morris goes down on the field to try to get some post-game interviews. Looks like probably had a flag here or something.
Looks like Harrodsburg that time tried though Boomerooski play there, and ball popped straight up there, and they didn't allow it. They didn't give it the 10 yards they're supposed to allow it, and you have to give that man an opportunity to field the ball.
Yeah, and again, we have 3:18 left in this contest, and Pikeville has a commanding 50-13 lead, so it really looks like Pikeville's going to be going down the big road next week.
Well, definitely so. They've earned this trip. The closest they've been in the playoffs was last week against the Cumberland Redskins, 22-7, and that game was played in the mud over at Cumberland, Kentucky, and Pikeville really didn't get on track there offensively until the second half. And Pikeville's, it's going to take a good ball club to beat these Panthers, and as we see the little bunch going onto the field there for Panthers, I believe that Pikeville will be the underdog, but after watching them all year, Adam, I cannot imagine Pikeville Panthers ever being an underdog.
I wouldn't put them in an underdog. I haven't seen Beechwood play, but I know they've got good rankings and supposed to have a great team, but I just can't see them. I can't see them beating Pikeville. Sure can't. I mean, I've watched Pikeville over the course of the year, and they've just got better with each game, and this right here is just the ultimate. They really look polished up tonight, and they've really played a heck of a game.
Well, I have to agree with you, but as Dave Cantrell, which that's the only ratings we have to go by in the eastern part of the state, he predicts that Beechwood is a 3 to 4 point better ball club than Pikeville. But like you said, I cannot imagine Pikeville Panthers. I cannot imagine Pikeville Panthers being an underdog to any team this year.
And it looks like this little onside kick for the Pioneers, it looks like it's paid off for them, because I believe they do recover the ball, and they'll be on another drive here with time ticking down.
Well, we got timeout on the field, and we're going to keep it here. And
yeah, we'll just keep it here and see what the deal is. I believe we got kind of some confusion here. I don't believe the Pikeville coaching staff liked that call that they made too well.
Well, they're trying to get in touch with somebody on the field. Of course, we don't have the instant replay ability, but if I ever can remember, we had the ball was touched before it hit the 50-yard line, and Harrodsburg cannot do that. It has to go the required 10 yards before it can be. They can recover it unless a Pikeville Panther touched it, and I did not see a Pikeville Panther touch it. But apparently something happened out there that we missed.
Well, there's definitely something going on. I don't see why they should have such a hassle over what's going down, because Pikeville's got this and in their grips. There ain't no use to delay the game like this. And as things look, play's getting ready to start here again, and Kevin Mars down on the field. He's going to get him some post-game interviews as soon as the game's over, so you want to stick around for that. And here we got quarterback. He takes the snap, throws. Oh, we got some kind of. Oh, he's wide open, another touchdown. Sure enough, Harrodsburg strikes again on what? A play that I wouldn't know how to name that play.
Well, he threw the ball out there on the lateral out there to Craig Yeast, and Mr. Yeast saw Adam Brown streaking down from his left end position, and a little trick play here, maybe a little late for Alvin Johnson's Pioneers, but at least he has a few of them up his sleeves he's showing.
He definitely caught Pikeville's defense asleep at time after coming out of that timeout, but at this point it really doesn't matter for Pikeville.
No, it don't.
Yeah, and again they're going to go for the 2-point conversion, and he takes the snap, hands off to Dunn. He goes in easily untouched for the 2-point conversion. So with 2:42 remaining and the fourth and final quarter of play, we have a score of Pikeville Panthers 50 and the Harrodsburg Pioneers 19.
I guess Harrodsburg will go for 2 here on the conversion.
They already did. Well, that was I guess that was a touchdown or a 2-point conversion or something. No, that was a 2-point conversion, so I was a little bit in front of the schedule where a minute ago. But anyways, here with 2:42 remaining in the fourth quarter, we have a score of Pikeville 50 and Harrodsburg 21. And we're going to go down on the field to Kevin Myers, where he's going to give us a little talk.
Well, fellas, I don't know if you heard it a few moments ago, but the Pikeville Panther folks over on the other side of the field are chanting Beechwood, Beechwood. So we're not the only ones who believe that the Pikeville Panthers have this one in the bag with a score of 50-21. Back to you.
And a little note there from Kevin. The Pikeville crowd pretty happy. They're feeling that Beechwood has won their game tonight, and they're ready to go and face them next week in Louisville.
It's like the same formation. Harrisburg's coming out in again. We'll try to a little boomerooski here. Watch for all 10. There they go, all 11 of them. This time it don't work as one of the Panthers are number
64.
64.
Young player.
Yeah, that's
getting his feel of the game.
At number 64 is James Weddington, who's been out on the defensive end for the Panthers tonight. He recovers that Boomerooski as his onside kick.
So all Pikeville really has to do now is just start running the ball, and I don't know how many timeouts Harrodsburg's got left, but not enough to save them. And again, I believe we got a new quarterback in, number 14.
Shane Van Hoos is in.
Shane Van Hoos, and he takes a snap and hands it off to, I believe, number 42, who picks up, or maybe loses a yard.
That's Liam Parrish on for the Panthers.
Yeah, we got some new players in there, and we're trying to get the feel of the game, trying to give them a little experience while they got this big lead here in the semifinals. And again, Pikeville goes up to the line. Everybody's set, and Van Hoos takes a snap, and it's another handoff. Let's see, down the side, number 45. Ooh, for a minute it looked like he had a little running room.
Jason Gibson is around the right end there for the Panthers.
Sure looked like there for a minute he might have just a little running room around that right side, but some good defense on the Pioneers' part. You know, I see, their nicknames, the Pioneers, but I see these signs and stuff that says "Go Hogs."
Well, the Washington Redskins also had their linemen. If you remember, they was nicknamed the Hogs, and I believe they just adopted that here at Harrisburg.
It could have been. And again, Van Hoos takes control of the team, and he hands off to number 45. Firing his way up the middle, but he picked up about 3 yards, and it's going to bring up a 4th down situation.
And as the clock ticks down with 57 seconds to go, it definitely looks like the Pikeville Panthers is returning to Louisville. And I'm sure that it couldn't be any happier people right now than Mr. Bill Lair over there on the sideline. He's going to be making his first trip as a head coach, and Hillard Howard come back to help him just like he helped Hillard up through the years, and I'm sure that Coach O'Leary is happy with all the things that's been going for him this season.
Van Hoos under center. He takes the snap, hands off to number
Josh May, number 40 there.
Number 40, but nothing doing for Josh on this play. He maybe loses a couple yards. So here with 27 seconds left in the game, the Pioneers take over, and once again, I see Kevin down the sideline. I believe he's going to bring us to some post-game stuff coming up here in a few minutes, but until then, we have the I don't know why I want to call them the Buccaneers. We have the Pioneers offense coming out, and maybe enough time to get off a couple of plays, but there really ain't no hope. Here, number 12, he just throws up the fire, and he's right there. Number 43 makes a good catch, but
that does the game.
And again, here at Harrodsburg, Kentucky, Pikeville was just stormed in, and in a butt-kicking fashion, I guess you could say, they beat the Pioneers by a score of 50-21. And again, we're going to go on a break, and we'll be back with Kevin Myers with some post-game activities.
Come into Jerry's Restaurant in Pikeville tonight and give your mouth a taste treat like it's never had before. Jerry's Restaurant is located on the South Mayo Trail, Pikeville. Jerry's offering daily specials with different desserts to choose from. Breakfast is served anytime, so stop by Jerry's Restaurant from 6 in the morning till midnight, Monday through Sundays. Jerry's Restaurant is located on the South Mayo Trail, Pikeville. That's Jerry's. Stop by after the ball game.
Kevin Myers down on the field.
Well, welcome back, everyone. The Pikeville Panthers just put one past in big-time fashion over Harrodsburg here in the semifinals, actually, of the Class A football championship. We're going to roam around here a little bit and try to see what's going on out here. This was definitely a big for the Pikeville Panthers, as they will probably go on next week, I believe, and play Beechwood up in Louisville in the finals of the Class A championship. So we hope to be up there, WP.
Well, again, we're kind of having some technical difficulties here, but we're going to get it fixed out for you in a minute, as Kevin Myers is trying to find probably Coach Bill Lair to try to get a little post-game interview with you.
The Pikeville Panthers celebrating their big win tonight over Harrodsburg, the Pioneers from Harrodsburg. This is TV5, WPRG Sports.
Come out of the Stone Age, Busy Bee Septic Tank Service introduces the new Infiltrator, a high-performance, state-of-the-art system. This system does not require any stone or gravel. Research has demonstrated that the Infiltrator chamber provides an optimum infiltrative service for leaching systems. The Infiltrator system has 2/3 more effective surface area per linear foot. Infiltrator chambers are Health Department approved, and in most installations, a 45% reduction in footage is allowed. A complete system can be delivered in a pickup truck. One man with a backhoe and hand tools can install a system with reduced labor and machine cost. The Infiltrator system is a structurally strong and efficient system, superior to conventional pipe and gravel systems. The system is engineered for high performance.
Welcome back. Pikeville Panthers out here in the middle of the field getting ready to leave. We've got Coach Bill Alara here. We're going to be talking to him in just a moment. He's trying to make some arrangements for next week in Louisville. That kind of him in just a moment. This was definitely a big win for the Pikeville Panthers. And we're going to be talking to Coach Bill Alara here in just a moment. And Rick Bentley with the Appalachian News Express is right here behind us. So we're going to try to talk to Coach Alara. He's discussing some business. Tell you what, we've got Rick Bentley with the Appalachian News Express here with us right now. It's kind of hectic out there right now, isn't it, out here in the middle of the field?
Yeah, I was wondering when that deputy sheriff walked up to us out here what was going on, but just a situation with some jackets that the KHSCA gives out to every team that plays in the state championship.
What do you think about this contest tonight? Do you think it would be as big a margin of victory as it was?
Well, no, I didn't think so, but, you know, Pikeville came out and just played, and when they play like this, that's the way it's going to be. It was shades of the late 80s, really, 87, 88, and 89 when they were doing this to everybody. And we were over on the sidelines talking to the guys running the chain crew from Harrodsburg, and one of them made a statement that it was, it was getting pretty bad. It's 43-6, and I said, well, at one point, there was a time when this would have been disappointment for Pikeville would only be ahead like that, but they really played tremendous. As good a football game as I've seen them play. It's as good a game as I've seen any team play this year. They were tremendous, and they're to be commended. And I tell you what, they're going to a state championship, and it's for good reasons.
What do you think about Beechwood? That's probably who Pikeville will be playing next week up in Louisville. That should be one of the toughest teams, if not the toughest team that Pikeville's faced all year.
Yeah, right. You know, Beechwood's always got a good team. There are players on that team that seems like Pikeville's played every year since they've been going to the state championship. You know, and they always meet in the semifinals and before. And with this new playoff format where they draw which region you play, Mike Fields from the Harrow Leader, I talked to him about a month ago, and he said the good thing about this playoff format, and there aren't many, but he said the one good thing is we'll finally get a state championship game out of Pikeville and Beechwood. And for so many years, well, 3 years in a row there, Pikeville beat them every year on the way in the semifinals. You know, they're going to the state championship. Like I said, they deserve it. As good a football team as I've ever seen, and what they did here in the first half of this football game was an absolute clinic.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you're looking forward to next week's game as much as we are. Hope to see you up there, and appreciate you taking time talking to us.
Okay, anytime we can help you guys.
That's Rick Bentley with the Appalachian News Express. Tell you what, we're going to try to track down Coach Bill Allaire here in just a moment, so we'll take a quick break and be back with that interview and much more during the post-game of the Pikeville and Harrodsburg game, Class A semifinals. This is WPRG TV5 Sports.
Hey, Mom, it's the van talking. Back this baby up and pull it to the full service island. Let the Chevron service team give you the full service treatment. Cruise to the full service pumps where they pump your gas, wash your windshields, and check under the hood. They even check your tire pressure. The service team knows just what your vehicle needs. With little ones, you can't afford to have a breakdown on down the road.
Hey, get the full service treatment at these locations.
Welcome back, everyone. Joining me now is DeAnthony Honaker with the Pikeville Panthers. And DeAnthony, we talked to you earlier this year. Here it is, postseason play. Had an excellent contest tonight against Harrodsburg. What are you looking for against Beechwood next week?
Well, you know, I haven't seen them yet, you know, and we haven't been talking about it, but we're going to go in Monday afternoon after school, and we're going to take a look at them, and I assure you, we are going to be ready.
And like you said, you haven't been able to see Beechwood too much, but I understand they had a big win tonight against Heath. You're going to be on your toes next week.
Well, you know, we had a big win tonight, too, I'm telling you, but, you know, we're just going to have to find out what's going to happen, you know, next week.
I think last time we talked to you was during the Pikeville-Belfry game over at Belfry, and you had an interception for a touchdown. You almost had that tonight, didn't you?
Well, I'm telling you, he dropped back real far, and then I knew it was going to be a middle screen or some kind of screen, and I just stood right there, and that ball just floated right in the air, and I tipped it up to myself, and I thought I had 6.
Well, we're talking about tonight's game. Lexington Herald Leader and some other folks picked Pikeville by 13, a couple of touchdowns tonight, but y'all really put a thrashing on Harrodsburg.
Well, we came out here and we performed our game plan to the max. And, you know, we took them right out of their game plan. They had to go, you know, for a lot of deep passes. You know, they couldn't establish a running game or nothing. We just had everything under control going our way.
Okay. Well, DeAnthony, congratulations to you, and we'll catch up with you next week in Beechwood.
All right,
appreciate you. All right, that's DeAnthony Honaker with the Pikeville Panthers, and we'll take a break and be back with a little more post-game activity here on WPRG TV5 Sports.
At Methodist Hospital of Kentucky, we hold a special place in our heart for children. That's why we've made a commitment to provide our region's Level 2 neonatal intensive care unit, paying special attention to tiny lives who need extra care. In addition, our pediatric urgent care center provides emergency care for children during those unpredictable evening hours and weekends. Methodist can even make a stay more fun with a visit to Kids Corner, our pediatric playroom. When it comes to children, Methodist Hospital of Kentucky is leading the way with high-tech, high-touch, and quality caring.
Back, everyone. We're down here on the 50-yard line. Joining me now is Pikeville coach Bill Alera, and Coach, I guess a dandy ball game is all you can say about this one.
Oh, it was. Our kids got focused in here, and they played hard. They came to play, and they came to win, and they just showed it in the game. It means a lot to me as, being a head coach after last year, taking over first year. We didn't, make it back to Louisville. The kids played hard. They give a good effort last year. And this year, though, they were a lot more hungry. They wanted to get back. We haven't played great all year. I mean, we've had games where we hadn't really played with much emotions or, mentally getting into the game. But just seems like they come together and do it when they have to. And today, tonight here, they just played great. I couldn't ask for a better effort.
Well, as you said, they seem to have everything clicking. I mean, you had the good coverage in the secondary. Everybody seemed to be playing their game. They were right on top of everything.
Well, we did. Offensive line came off the ball. The backs came up in there hard. They got on their blocks. They stayed on them. They weren't gigantic holes, but the backs ran hard, and they hit the little bit of seam that was there, and they broke it. And, we kept getting first downs and stuff. And then they started getting their secondary in on action, and we threw well against them because we were running the ball well. So our passing game worked because we did run the ball well.
Mm-hmm. What about Beechwood coming up next week? It looks like that's who you're going to be playing. Do you know anything other than they're a good team, Beechwood?
Well, they're a very good team. I saw them earlier in the year for about half a game. They have a tremendous passing quarterback in Wilm Hoff. The Berger kid is the long back that's in the backfield. He's an excellent runner, a big, strong kid. They play good defense. They're just a well-coached team, and they're a solid team. And this is probably, this is in the 4 years that we've been, the 3 previous and this year, this will be the first time that we're definitely the underdog. And we're going to have to really play awfully well to win that game and make make turnovers by the other team and capitalize on them. So, it's going to be a tough game, and we'll be there, and we're there, and we'll be ready to play.
That's what counts. The score, there was a pretty wide scoring margin there. Is that going to have any adverse effects maybe on next week's game with you going in underdogs, the fact that you did win by such a big margin tonight?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. They know how we do things. We know how they do things, and I think we'll just have to prepare. And I think that's next week is being well prepared for their offense. It's a hard offense to stop. I know they're going to score on us, but I feel like our offense is going to score on them.
Coach Bill Alera, appreciate you talking to us. Congratulations on your win tonight, and good luck next week.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Coach Bill Alera with the Pikeville Panthers. And, of course, they're going to be going to Louisville next week to take on Beechwood. So WPRG TV5 Sports hopes to be there. Right now, let's go back up to Adam Gearhart up there in the press box. Adam?
Yeah, Kevin, thank you. And once again, as everyone knows by now, Pikeville's going to be making another trip down to Louisville to the state tournament, and they win in a big fashion tonight, 50-21 over the Harrodsburg Pioneers. And as for Kevin Myers and the crew here at WPRG, we wish you a good night.